I was wondering why we're not getting paired anything. I'm like, what?
Here we
So
go.
you still want to do Kai? We can do Kai. I
We could
just
do
want,
Kai.
yeah, okay.
And he said general.
Let's go back and see.
The first thing I got with Kai, even if he didn't say general, is that you're wrestling with you're wrestling with the decision. They're not showing it to who it is to me. So it reminds me of that quote in the Bible where they're saying, like, I wrestled with God all night. So you have a decision that you need to make and you're wrestling with it. It must be a very tough decision because you're holding on really tight to whatever it is. And it's a very difficult decision for you. They're showing me water and you being overtaken by the water. Like, you're actually on like this platform and the platform is shaky, so your foundation is shaky, and then you're wrestling with this decision, and then there's water, so the water is rushing in from the outside. So whatever this issue is, an external issue that's not yours, so because the water is rushing in from the outside, it's flooding the platform, which makes you kind of wobbly, and then the water rushes out. So it's something that comes and goes. It doesn't seem to be your issue, but it is a very emotional issue. But you're holding on to either the person that's dealing with it, or yeah, because I don't feel like it's your situation. I feel like you're holding on to the person that's dealing with the situation, trying to save them, but you're putting your own self at risk because you're going to topple over and go down with them. Um, and I can hear in a male voice you saying, I told you, I told you, I told you. Like you're repeating yourself over and over, and this person isn't getting the issue, isn't getting the message, or isn't listening to your advice. And you keep coming and saving them. You keep coming in as their SOS, and they're just not saving them. And so you're at a point where you have to decide, am I going to cut them loose, or am I going to continue to be their person that is saving them to my own detriment? And so I'm asking Spirit what the advice is. It's like, what are you going to choose, yourself, or are you going to choose them? Are you going to cut the cord, or are you going to continue to put yourself in danger for a person who is not listening to what you're telling them to do? The card I got was the Six of Pentacles, and that's that give and take. So you're giving a lot, but you're not receiving a lot in back. You're giving, 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 but there's no balance. You're actually coming up short in this situation. And so I'm gonna ask for an advice from Spirit. I got the Emperor energy and I got the King of Cups. You're very stable in your communication to them, into how you're telling them to deal with this, but whatever the tie is, so I'm assuming this must be a close relative or a close family member or something that you're dealing with, and you're in Emperor energy. So you're stable and they're clinging to you in their stability. So maybe they're the person that's holding on and not you, but you're not able to let them go, or you're not letting them go in order to save yourself. And so when I ask what the advice is from Spirit, they're saying, who are you going to choose? Are you going to continue to put yourself in harm's way, or are you going to allow them to learn their own lessons? And what I had to learn the hard way was, every time I intervened on somebody else's situation to help them out, Spirit was like, they're not getting their lesson. You're cutting out their lesson. They're not learning what they're supposed to do because you're always jumping in. And so it's taking them longer to get through their situation because you're not letting them get their lesson that they're supposed to learn. So you may just have to let this person fall or fail in order to get their lesson. So that's what I
Could it
got.
could
Hi, Libra Queen.
um Kai, I'm going to put you on hold 1 second if you don't mind. Um, yeah, I need to put you on hold 1 second, Kai, and I will come back to you. And Angie, please remind me to do that because you know my brain sometimes. But Pauline, sorry to hear about your passing. But know that your mom is on the other side. You know your mom. I'm letting you know your mom's on the other side. She's here and she's got your dad. She's got him. She brought him across the rainbow bridge. So I just wanted you to know because as soon as that popped up, she was already in my head. She was already in my mind. And you can confirm if you want that she's on the other side. I know she is because she's here. And she was like she was drawing me to your name. And then it was interesting how when you popped that up, she wanted you to know that that again she took your dad across. She carried him across. He's fine. And this was don't cry for him. Don't cry for him. He lived a good life. He lived a fine life, and he wants you all to celebrate him. And he's already told you this. I'm not telling you anything you haven't heard already, Pauline. You know this. He didn't want you to cry for him. He wanted you to celebrate his life, and also but your mom is telling me she brought him across the rainbow bridge. Can you confirm she is indeed on the other side? Correct? Just making sure, because I feel it, I know it, but I need to make sure that you say it that way. She has she got him X? Has she got him X? Is that a question or again? Can you say my mom has passed? Yes, exactly. Okay. Yes. 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 And is there something about is it's an island? Is it are you from an island? Is she from an island? Is he from an island? Is it like a tropical island or something? Because I'm getting this island feel vibe or something.
It's
I'm
called
getting
a
very
cityscape. So I was gonna ask were they from the city because I was thinking like the New York City. So maybe it's
mhm,
that Staten Island kind of. I got like a cityscape. They showed me like a big city
mhm.
skyline. Oh, Jamaica.
Jamaican. Okay, yeah, yeah, because I was getting the very vibe, and so that's okay. No, they're don't mourn for him. I know it's hard. I know it's very hard, but she's here, and she just wants you to know that he's good and he's crossed the rainbow bridge. She came and carried him home. She brought him home, so he had a very peaceful transition in that regard, and he is home. So and so just again celebrate their life, celebrate the life. Okay, back to you, Kai. Sorry. Yes, they are together now. Absolutely, absolutely. Jeez. Yes, interesting, interesting. Kai, what we got for you? What we got for you, Kai? Damn, Kai, you're carrying again. I can't remember now what you said, so I'm gonna have to go with what I'm seeing because again, my brain just burnt gone. Anyway, Kai, you need a rest. I mean, you just kind of, somehow you gotta slow your brain down. Your brain is just like always going, and so it's like give yourself a rest, give yourself a break, and you can do it, but you have to start. You have to actively do it. You have to actually actively want it. So the King of Swords says you're a strong person, strong-willed. So you have to will it into being, but you have to do that. Okay. And then the Six of Pentacles is here, and so the Six of Pentacles is saying, find balance, find the balance. Again, it's like you go all in on one thing and you neglect something else, and you go in on something else and you neglect something else. It's like you can't seem to find the happy balance. So find yourself a happy balance. Make sure that you're taking care of a number of things, even if you feel like you're neglecting a little bit off of one thing or the other. Yeah, but make sure that all of those are taken care of. Okay, make sure that that's make sure that you do that. Okay, because that's the key to this. Again, is find that peace of mind by finding balance, by making sure you're hitting many things. Again, you can't be great with everything, and don't expect that to be the case, but make sure that you oh my gosh, I just got another hit. Wow, crazy. Anyway, go with that. There you go, Kai. That's it. Give yourself a rest. Find the balance. I was gonna say that, Brian. As soon as Christine popped up and your name was there, I'm like, "Are you related?" And now you just proved that, because I was just that's what my distracting was. Because as soon as Christine popped up, I was like, "Christina, how come you're connecting me to Brian?" So now that's kind of how that. Oh, that's crazy. Anyway, good. So who is next, Miss Angie?
I was actually reading Brian while you were while you're doing that. I was tapping into Brian's energy. I wanted to know, Brian, are you an artist? Do you draw? Because they show me like artwork or drawing or some kind of paper, some kind of sketching. Do you draw? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you do? Are you an artist of some kind? And then the card that I got out was a star card, which you hoping and wishing that something is going to come about. Like there's some desire or something that you want to do that you're wishing would come out. But they showed me art. They showed me like drawing or sketching or some kind of creativity. I don't, but my brother is. Your brother is. Okay, so they're showing me the artwork and trying to get an art show. Is your brother in the chat now, or is he right? Because this may be his reading. Because they definitely showed me the artwork, and then they showed me like different like a display of the artwork um out and about, like some kind of art show um or some kind of uh place where he's trying to sell his artwork or get it displayed. So that's what they're showing me about the artwork, somebody trying to get it displayed. And then the star card came out, which is hopes, wishes, and things like that. So do you know? It runs in my family with art. Okay, definitely. Okay, I see the artwork. Um, and this person trying to get an art show or become famous or sell their artwork. They're telling me to tell this person to try to go into something commercial, like maybe doing illustrations of a book for somebody. Like maybe somebody's doing a book and you do the illustrations for them, or somebody having you to draw like cartoons or something. But there is a way to sell it, but you have to market yourself as a person who will do the artwork for somebody else's something else. So maybe, like I said, I'm writing a book, a children's book, and then you do the artwork, or do a comic book or something like that. Because they're saying it can be commercial, just not the way that you're doing it now. And you need to just expand your roles, whoever it is that's doing this artwork. Because I do see you trying to make money from it, and they show me the money falling, but it's being snatched up immediately before it reaches your hand. The money's being snatched up. So either in the cost of what you're doing or in the lack of you getting your artwork out there. But the artwork is going to be profitable for whoever it is. You just have to change the way you're going about it and try to go a little bit more commercial. And that's the word they keep saying to me over and over, commercial, so that you appeal to other people, so they'll hire you to draw for them. So that's how they're showing it to me.
Very interesting. Very interesting. And Christine, I hope you don't be. I hope you're not insulted by this, but I cannot remember your marital status or any of those things. But Brian, of course, is your son. You said, but has, yeah. I don't know if you're single, Christina, but Brian, has your dad crossed over? And Christina, are you married? Because I'm for some reason I thought I'm getting I can't remember, and I was thinking that you were married, but yet I'm getting that the father crossed over. So I don't know if I understand that properly. Hey, I'm Balanced Libra. Nice to see you in. He has, yes. Okay. Okay, he has. Okay. Yes, my dad passed. Yes, my dad. But Christina, you're Brian's mother, right? So was it your so are
Wait,
you
is it Brian's granddad?
but Brian, Brian's father crossed,
Oh,
and
both.
Brian's
Oh,
dad passed as well. Okay, good. And Christina, are you remarried? Because I thought I was picking up that energy. That's why it was confusing to me. Is like, wait a minute. Yes, I'm his mom. Yes, but the sister who bumped her head, is she a half sister? Both,
don't know.
both. I don't know what both means either.
If we ask so many questions, we're not.
I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, because the father of the past, the father on the other, again, the energy from the father on the other side. This is not a mediumship hit, by the way. This is not what that's about. This was just a residual kind of thing.
Oh,
Yes,
half
she's my
sister.
half sister. Okay, good. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that helps me because I was getting definitely a different energy there, and yeah, because she's like the little princess. I keep hearing little princess, not in a negative way, not in a negative way, but again, she was so much later than you. She's much younger than you. I'm seeing a difference. I'm getting you're somewhere in your late teens, early 20s, and she's much younger, and that's the kind of energy I was picking up. But it's interesting. The again, the father thing was not a mediumship hit. It was more of a delayed psychic hit, and nothing in that regard. So I didn't want to get you worried about that. But what I'm getting for you, Brian, is that it's funny. I feel like you're a little bit lost. I feel like you're just kind of you're floundering a bit because you haven't found it yet, whatever it is, and you see people around you. The funny part is the frustration that comes from that because you're seeing other people who have found what they're doing, or at least have headed off and started doing things, and you're thinking, why not me? Why haven't I found that yet? Why isn't it there? And so as I'm getting this energy about you, it's like it's divine timing. You don't have the control over finding it. It's going to find you. So be patient and be open to the suggestions as they come, and you will know soon enough when something pops up that will be right for you to be drawn to. But do not beat yourself up and do not continue to belabor that point, thinking that you're somehow to be like what do you call it, compared to other people. That's not how you're working. So make sure that you say, you know what, I'm happy for them. I'm happy they found their direction. I'm happy they found their course. but I'm not there. So again, I feel like this is coming, but don't beat yourself up in the fact that you haven't quite found it yet, the way you're going or whatever. Okay. So give yourself a break, damn it. Give yourself a break.
Also with Brian, I felt bad because the reading that I did was mostly for the brother. So then I pulled cards for him and I got that Brian, are you trying to leave? Like you want to leave the family and you haven't made a decision? Like you want to go off on your own? That's what it is. You want to go off on your own because they show me you getting these offers. Like you're getting these offers, but it's traditional work. You don't want a 9 to 5. I keep seeing 9 to 5 with a big slash through it. You don't want a traditional 9 to 5. You want something that's a little bit more you. And so the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor, but you're refusing to take that journey. You're wanting to help the family out and be like that support to the family, but it's time for you to decide. You're at a stalemate. You're refusing to decide whether you're going to move forward or not. And you want to go, but your obligation to the family is keeping you from going. You really do want to go off on your own. And like Don said, you're kind of floundering because you don't know exactly what you want to do, but you also don't want to leave the family high and dry. But you may have to go off and stake your own claim, make the money that you want, and then send it back. As I'm saying this, I do see a rainbow. So for me, rainbows are good luck, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So if you decide to go off and do whatever it is you want, you'll be successful at it. You'll make the money that you want to make. Again, Fool's journey came up. The Fool card came up for you. So that means it's a new journey, but it's a journey by yourself. You have to go. You have the intuitive nudge. This is that Ace of Cups. So you have that intuitive nudge. You know you want to go. That's that cup overflowing. This is all good stuff for you, but you're thinking back. Should I leave the family? I need to stay here and help the family. But your best option to help them may be to go, get yourself established, make good money, and then come back and help everybody else out. You're right now, you're carrying the weight that is a little bit too heavy for you in this situation. And you really want to go, but you're not leaving because you're obligated to the family or you're obligating yourself to the family. I'm not sure that the family is, trying to make you stay, but you're conflicted on what you want to do and you won't go. You won't make the decision. You're just not looking at it. You're refusing to make any decision and you're refusing to take any offers that are coming your way because you don't want a traditional 9 to 5, but you also don't want to leave and then feel like the family's suffering because you're not there. But you may have to just go off on your own and explore the options that you want to do. You're very adventurous and you just haven't decided what it is that you want to do. I dare not say the military because that keeps coming up. Like I said, I keep hearing a few good men. So is that something that you're thinking about, or is that something that you're like, no, it's far fetched? But that's the kind of journey you need to go off on your own, where you establish yourself, and then you can help the family out when you come back. So that's how I saw it for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't, it's interesting because I'm picking up energy. I don't know what Christina has planned, but I'm picking up energy that Christina is probably eventually going to be moving to. I don't think that Walla Walla is going to be where they're going to be
She's
permanently.
been trying to get to Florida. Isn't this the family that's been trying to get to Florida? Is
Is
this
it?
that family?
It could be. Yeah. My memory doesn't work so well.
I'm not sure. I keep mixing her up with the other family, so it may
Mhm.
not be this family.
Yeah, because there was one from
Oh,
Texas.
you've been thinking about the military? Is that true? Because I keep hearing a few good men for you, Brian. Oh, that's your niece. Okay. Okay. Because oh, you know what? They're all so tightly wound. We get them all mixed up. Okay. I get it. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, and we have a
You
little
wanna come to Arizona?
visitor. How
Oh, you
wonderful.
want to come to Arizona? Girl, come on to Arizona to this 115. Come on down here. Listen.
Yeah,
Everybody else is roasting because they're not used to this heat. We're moving it along very well because we're used to this heat. This is our time of the year. We know nothing but this type of heat, so it doesn't bother us at all. So
yeah,
you come on down here with us.
yeah. And the
He was thinking
snowbirds are
about the
going home.
airport. Okay, so that's why I keep hearing a few good men. So try it out and just see if you like it or not. But I do hear that for you. But I think it'll be a way to give you the discipline and establish you the way that you want to. But it's a journey that you would have to take on your own. And you're trying to raise everybody else up with you. And sometimes you can't. It takes longer because you're trying to bring everybody else and you need to establish yourself. And then you can come back and be an example to other people. My brother did that. He was the first person in our generation of children to go. Like my uncles and them, couple generations ahead of us, had gone to the military, but nobody in our age group had gone. And he went, and then several other people in our family also went. So think about that. Like you could be the catalyst to get everybody else to find it, to find their way. And again, I was the person that moved to Arizona, and then my sisters came after me, and we're scattered all over the U.S. Like all the kids that are in our generation. So go ahead and think about that, and just know that you could be that that example that everybody else was follow, and then they'll go because you're going. So think about that too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So who else are you next drawn to, Miss Angie?
There was somebody that kept saying me or something. Um, um oh, Sue Corey. I don't remember that name. We can do that name.
Okay.
Sue Corey. Okay. She says, would love a message. I'm assuming it's general. Um, I immediately saw sunflowers too. So what do sunflowers mean to you? They're showing me sunflowers, then they show me sunflower seeds. Like you seem to be in that part of your life where you're just kind of leisurely enjoying everything and just kind of thinking about retirement, or you're in retirement and you're just kind of looking at flowers out. You're kind of just like enjoying the scene around you. You do want to travel, it seems like. I don't feel like you're trying to relocate anywhere, but you do want to travel, and they're showing me sunflower seeds. You're just kind of enjoying life right now. I don't feel like there's anything that is negative happening in your life right now. Like you seem to be um, at a stable place in your life. You're just enjoying things that you're going through. Do you have a granddaughter that is that is around you, or that you're longing to see? Because I see a little girl like grandma like tapping on your shoulder, and you kind of sitting in a rocking chair on your porch. So do you have a granddaughter? You grew sunflowers. Okay, so they're showing me the sunflowers, and you just enjoying the fruits of your labor, like you just enjoying the sunflowers or whatever it was. I think that sunflower harvesting is like so unique. Like I had never thought of it, and then one day I saw a video, and I just went like, that makes so much sense. Sunflower seeds, sunflowers. You don't have a granddaughter. There's a little girl that they keep showing me that is trying to that is like tapping you on the arm. So do you have a daughter? There's a little girl, and it's like it's you, and this little girl just keeps tapping you on the arm trying to get your attention, and then she wants to like bake with you or go in the kitchen with you or something like that. So do you have a daughter? And maybe this was her as a child, but they're showing me a little girl, blonde hair little girl, and she's about 6 or 7. No, you don't have a little girl. So who is this little girl? They keep showing me a little girl with blonde hair that is tapping you on the arm, that is trying to get your attention and trying to get you to get up out of the chair and get moving. So it could be you as a little kid, but they're showing me this little girl. She keeps tapping you on the shoulder. She just wants you to get up and go and move and go and do stuff. And you're kind of shooing her away, and she wants you to get up and just move around and go and do stuff. So maybe it's the little girl you, but there's a little girl that is around you that is trying to get you to get up and get moving. Like, don't just sit there and waste away your time. They're saying you really do still have things that you can do. Are you reminiscing about your childhood or things in the past? Because the Six of Pentacles came up. And so that's kind of that balancing of your of give and take. But also sometimes it's that thinking back. Or the little girl is what keeps coming up for me, and that is trying to get to you, and is trying to get your attention, and you're shooing her away. So have you just been kind of resting and relaxing, and then you're hopeful to go traveling, but you haven't put the effort in to go traveling? So they're showing me like, okay, let's confirm that. Is it that you want to go traveling and you just haven't made the effort to go traveling? Because that's how they're showing me, like this little girl is trying to get you to get up and get moving and not just waste your time sitting on the porch or just sitting around doing nothing. She wants you to get up and be active. So are you wanting to travel and you just haven't been doing it? Because the card I got again is the two of wands, which is planning. You planning, you wanting to go do stuff, you wanting to get out, or you thinking about things that you could go and do. And so, do you not have the money to do it, or what is holding you up from doing the traveling? Hello, Mama Bear. Hello, Mina. Okay, well, I'm not getting anything else from Sue. That's what I got from her now.
Super, super. And this is Sue, right?
Sue Curry, yeah.
Mhm.
Pets. Oh, I don't. Oh, the pets are what's keeping you from going? Oh, okay.
Choo, choo, choo. Sue, you got to stop worrying about what everybody else has. You got to stop worrying about trying to level up or live up to what everybody else is getting or what you're experiencing with them because um, this it doesn't help you. It kind of you create an environment where you kind of depress yourself so where you can't celebrate because you're kind of and it may be subconscious. I don't think you do it consciously, but subconsciously you kind of I was always wondering how you measure up for some reason and spirit is kind of just again giving the warning that you there's only one you you're unique in very many ways and for many reasons and that's the way it is when and so embrace that uniqueness embrace that being the only one of you and make sure that you don't worry about what everybody else has because that can be a slippery slope and yes it can be a driving force sometimes to help get you some success but the reality is if you're not careful you start chasing it and that's not a healthy thing and again it's telling you you need to kind of lay back on that so again you need to stop worrying about what else is going on with and also I don't mean to be rude, but you kind of gossip a little bit too much, it seems, and you kind of talk stories and kind of spread a little bit of stuff. You pollinate, and again, you may not appreciate that I said that, and I probably should not have said that, but that's what I'm getting, and so it's kind of kind of back off of that a little bit because people are starting to. It can be problematic, okay? Because if people are like, okay, if you're judgmental on this, now what? So again, I don't mean to be negative toward you. I don't even know you, as you know. I don't know most anybody here, but I'm just be careful what you say and how it comes across because again, people are starting to pick up on a very negative tone, and part of that is again because of that anger about not having or seeing what other people have and not measuring up and it's only in your head it's not them they don't care people love you they don't need anything like that but in your head you're kind of allowing this to kind of again fester and to grow and to metastasize and it can become very unhealthy if you are not careful so that's the message I got for you is that be careful of what you're drawing into you be careful about what you see from other people because the reality is that you are the only one of you and embrace that love it and make sure that you um I don't know make sure that you don't deny yourself that pleasure of being just you okay that's what I got.
And I asked what's like in her best interest or what she needs to move forward. And it's just they're saying just go. You need to get out and explore the world and see different things. You're just kind of settled into your own, every day, get up, watch TV, eat breakfast, have coffee, watch TV, go back to sleep. And you're just doing the same thing over. And they're saying get out, enjoy your life. This is a time that you can have a great time just exploring and learning new things. It isn't over. Get out and go and explore, and that's the big message to you is to get out, go, travel.
Exactly.
So that's what I got for her.
Super. Well,
All
hopefully it
right.
helps you. And again, not trying to cast aspersions. I'm just saying be cognizant of what people are receiving. It may not even be what you're sending as much as you think, but again, it's often what people receive. And unfortunately, when people receive it in their heads, that's reality. Even if that's never intended. It's like having a conversation with people and you realize that they took away from the conversation something very different than you intended. And so again, it can be complicated and confusing. So don't let that happen. Okay, make sure that you kind of tweak it up a little bit if you can.
Okay, she said she's been taking day trips. That's good.
That's good.
Um, that's good. So that must have been the little girl you saying, "Hey, get up, let's go, let's go." Because do you live alone? Because you seem to be a little bit like um, not necessarily self-absorbed, but you don't have any concerns about anything else. You're just kind of there. And they're saying you can get out and meet people. Like life isn't over. Get out and explore, meet new people, learn new things, learn new activities. They showed me things like you crocheting and gardening, but as a group with other people, not like just on your own. So they're saying get out with my son. Okay. And they're saying, and I got the Eight of Cups, which is leave some of that stuff behind, leave the drama behind, leave the pets behind, just go out and go. He's, oh, your son is 12. Oh, but they're saying, oh, is he blonde? Is he a little blonde hair boy? Because I thought it was a girl, but it could have been a little boy. They just showed me longer blonde hair, so I assumed it was a little girl. Oh well. All right. Oh, brown hair. Then no, because this person had blonde hair and it was a little girl. It was specifically a little girl. All right. Well, who's next?
What? I'll let you decide what you got. What do you? Who are you drawn to?
Mm, well, the person at the top of the list under Sue is done that person Melissa Smith. I've never heard. I don't think I've ever read Melissa Smith. She didn't say she wanted a reading or not. Melissa, are you here? Do you want a reading? Oh, there she is. Right on target. All right, Miss Melissa. Let's see what we have for you. A general reading for Melissa Smith. They show me you going on a journey, but it's odd because you're in a car, but the car is bigger than you. So the vessel that you're using or the vehicle that you're driving is too big for you. So you're going off on a journey, and the mode of transportation that you've decided to take is too large for you because you can't see over the steering wheel. It's how they're showing it. You can't see out and about onto the steering wheel to get the to see where you're going, but you're embarking off on a journey. It's daytime, so it's a good thing. Let me see where you're going and what this entails. When I ask what is it that they want you to know, I hear it's time to let go. It's time for you to break the ties and just go. Are you thinking about a new job or a new career or moving on from your current place of employment? Because they're showing me one building and you leaving that building, but you're not sure where you're going. So you're leaving the building. So are you thinking about a new job or moving to an or changing industry or something? Because they showed me you leaving one building, going to another. So are you looking for a new job and you're just not sure where you want to go or what you want to do? Like you're kind of bored. Like they kind of show me you like this and you're kind of bored because you know your job very well. It's not challenging you in any way and you're trying to move on, but you don't know where to go. Hey, Miss Linda, happy birthday. So you just don't like you don't know where you want to go, but you want something new. You want something that'll challenge you, that'll give you a little bit more purpose and you're just not sure where to go. Is that correct? Miss Melissa? Are you thinking about changing jobs or something, or looking for something that'll give you a little bit more of a challenge? But I heard it's time to let go. It's time to move on. So just go ahead and decide what you want to do, and then it'll be brought to you. You just haven't decided what you want to do. Um, I got the Four of Wands, so that's reunions, that's success, that's celebration. So there is a celebration coming up. I don't feel like it's love in that situation at all. Um, and then I got the Tower card. So if you don't decide, it seems like the decision is going to be made for you. So is there talk about things happening at work, and that you're a little bit afraid of, or that you're thinking about? 'Cause I got the Two of Swords again. Like you're not making the decision. You want to go, but you don't know where to go, so you won't decide to move forward. But you're also not. You are looking for a job. And is it that you don't know what kind of job you want or what you're interested in? Because I keep hearing your guide saying, um, give us something to work with. Like, what is it that you want to do? If I could wave my magic wand and then tomorrow, that job could call you, what would it be? What industry would it be? What kind of work would it be? Would you be working with adults, little kids? Would it be a job that you go into? Would it be remote? Would it be phone work? Would it be customer service? Would it be legal? Would it be like, what is it that you want to do? If tomorrow you could pick up the phone and that job was calling you, what would it be? How much money would you make? What hours would you work? What is it that you want to do? And they're saying give them something to work with so they can funnel it into you. Right now, you're just saying, I want another job. Well, another job, McDonald's is another job, Target is another job, customer service is another job. What is it that you want? It's not that you're not getting what you want. You just aren't liking what it is that you're getting because you're not being specific or giving your higher power with anything to work with. I want another job. So the opportunities are coming, but you don't like what the opportunities are. They're not making enough money. It's not the job that you want to do. It's not the type of hours that you want to make because you won't tell your higher power what it is that you want so they can give it to you. And so this tower card is saying that there's going to be a swift upheaval, very fast change coming, but it's going to be to get things moving because they're showing me like there's a blockage. Like they showed me a whole bunch of rocks all piled in. And so if there's an earthquake, all of that will be shaken up and loosened up and get to moving, but it's going to take something very major to make it move as sudden and quick. An earthquake is sudden, it's quick, it tears things up, but it also makes you have to build a new foundation. So you need to decide what it is that you want to do and move forward with it. So that's what I got.
Super. In that same note, I got the full card initially, which tells you you got to go in a new direction. Definitely go into a new direction. And the Knight of Wands is there. So, again, get moving toward a new opportunity, a new type of job. But that job may require some education. So, be open to education, be open to learning. Are you looking at maybe changing a career, again, doing something else that's different? Okay. So, I would be looking at that. Again, this is a new type of thing. This is not something you're used to. So, this is, again, a new thing. And then you'll rise again if you get the education. Once you get the education, you'll rise above. And some businesses, some companies will give you the education. And as I look at this, I'm drawn to the other deck. And again, it's interesting. The Emperor is here, so the Emperor is kind of a strong fixture. And I see the Death card has changed, but in this case, it's a journey. So this is going to take a little while to get the education. But I see that.
She
Yeah,
said
no,
healthcare, so that matches down. That could take a while. Like depending on what you want to go into, that education could take a while.
absolutely. Yep. And it's going to work out well. And again, it's going to be you have choices to make. Ultimately you have the choice to make. But again, this is an alignment. This is in alignment with you. So make sure that you again know that you're going to need to get some education. Know that that's going to be requested of you, confirmed either through your employer if you're lucky, or if not, then you're going to have to get the education on your own. But you may even have to take a stopgap measure job to pay for the education to get you through. But ultimately, you're going to excel at what it is you're getting trained for. And then again, that education will lead you to that new opportunity, which ultimately you're gonna rise up. I mean, it's gonna help you take you to a whole different level. This is the Six of Wands, which is again that rise up card. So success is on the horizon as long as you're willing to put the work in with the education to get you to that next level. Okay, and it's interesting because the Star card is on the underneath, and that's the overall energy of the reading, which is that alignment. So again, this aligns with you. This education, this desire to move forward aligns with you. And the Page of Sword is that youth energy of saying, you know what, this is a new thing for you. This is a new beginning. So make sure that you ask the questions, do what you need to do, and then move forward. Get moving and do it quickly. This is the sword, the Knight of Swords. It is the fast moving. It's the fastest moving of the knights. So it's like get moving. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? That's what I got for you, Miss Melissa Smith. Do, 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 do. Next, let's see who else is next. Oh, and before we move on, for those of you, including Ms. Linda and especially Ms. Linda, if you had a birthday last week, this week, or next week, or even today, this one is specifically for you. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All righty, guys.
I feel
All
like
right.
today is somebody's birthday other than Miss Linda, and I can't remember who it is. But happy birthday to them because I just don't remember who it was or who it should have been.
Absolutely. Let me see here who I am drawn to quickly. Happy birthday to you.
There's a Dimitri Mason in there. I've never heard that.
Let's go with that one. Let me find it
Ah,
right here.
Last name Claire. We've read. I don't have anything new for you because I know we've read you a couple of times, Miss Claire. So I don't have anything else new for you.
Absolutely. Dimitri, are you still here? And if so, let's give Dimitri a reading.
Dimitri.
Happy birthday, Anessa. Miss 610, June 10th.
And I hope I'm not mixing Dimitri up with my cousin Dimitri because I immediately got this very um focused person. So like a military mind, like you're very focused, you're very routine, you have everything in a row. There's a whole bunch of you. There's different versions of you and they're all in a row. It's the fun you, it's the serious you, it's the dad you, it's the son you, it's all different versions of you in a row over and over and over, but they're all lined up and staying on track. So you're very, very focused, you're very, very routine, you're very um um you don't like to stray away from your regular routine or how things are for you. But you're also looking for some adventure and some fun because they're showing me like zip lining and you exploring other options, but you just haven't done any of those things because you're kind of wound up really tight. Like they show me like um a muscle or they show me like a gadget that's really wound up really tight and needing to be oiled in order for it to move smoothly. So you're really wound up really tight, and so you're kind of anxious. And so they're saying you just need to kind of get out and have some fun and celebrate. Is there a wedding coming up? Do you have a friend that is about to get married or something like that? Because they're saying just go out and have a good time and enjoy yourself and not you think so far ahead. You're thinking about, well, what if this and what if that? So it's like if I was to say, hey, let's go out to the lake and go fishing. You're like, well, what if the boat sinks? What if we don't have enough we don't have enough poles, or what if we don't bring enough feed, or what if we don't do this? Like you're so far ahead that you can't enjoy yourself because you're thinking about all the possibilities of all the things that could go wrong because your mind is just going and going and going and going. But you're wound up so tight, you just really do need to express yourself and just kind of have like a release. A release. It's how that's the best way I'm gonna put it. You need a release. Okay, you process things that way. So you really just need to have some fun. Sow your wild oats is what I may be saying. I don't know that you're married, or maybe you just need to get back. You can't help it. Okay, maybe you need to like get out there and just have a little bit of, and they're saying it, sexual release some sexual tension. You seem to be wound up pretty tight in that way, and you need to get out and just have some fun and just kind of throw your cares to the wind and not think about it. Like I know it's hard for you not to think about it, but they're saying just go out and have a little bit of fun, and then that'll help you because you're about to enter a season where you're about to be very busy. I don't know if you're about to start a new project or a new job, or you're thinking about starting your own business, but you're about to be very busy. And it seems to be that fall season where you're about to be amped up and you're really about to get moving and get busy with some things. And so they're saying for this summer, go ahead and release that tension, go ahead and have a good time. And then once when the fall comes, you'll be ready. You'll be a little bit more relaxed. You'll be a little bit less um anxious, and you can go ahead and get into your project. So you do have some new things that are coming up in the fall. You're going to be very busy, but right now, in order for those things to run smoothly, you need to release some of this tension and just have some fun. Just do some very adventurous things that you would not do. Zip lining, maybe it. Skydiving, maybe it. A roller coaster, just like getting out whitewater rafting. Like they're showing me all these things that are really, really adventurous, but are very a little bit kind of dangerous if you're not careful. So they're saying you just need to get out and just kind of give yourself that shock value. And so that's what I'm getting for you. Exactly, Miss Linda, sexual healing. And she did not put Marvin Gaye comes up. Hello? Hello.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see what I got. Dimitri.
And can you confirm to me, Dimitri, that you don't have kids or that you want kids? Because they show me little mini yous, but I don't feel like you have kids, but you want kids. And you're overthinking that too, like what your wife should be like and what your spot and this and that. So are you really do you have children for one? And do you want children for two?
And please say something more than yes or no, because clarify what the yes means or the no means.
Exactly. Don, you can go ahead while we're ready. Oh, he has two girls, but you want another. Okay, okay. Because I see another one. You want a little boy because it's a little you. Did you want three boys? Because I feel like you wanted three boys because there's three little yous. You wanted three boys.
Like mini me's, little mini me's.
Exactly. They're showing little photocopies of him, and it seems like he wanted three because he wants somebody he can kind of roughhouse with or do sports with and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Boys. Okay, yeah. I see it. Okay.
Dimitri, it's interesting because I feel like you came through something recently, and it was not an easy cycle that you went through. And but you're over it, which is kind of, I mean, you're not over the impact of it. You're over the cycle. Okay, so I think the cycle has come to an end, but you had a rough time, and it even made you question your faith. I mean, you really went deep. This kind of cut deep, you know. And again, this is the Ten of Swords, so it shows this card is very clearly showing how the it's interesting because when I see this card, I think about the pain and so forth that is evoking that you've come through, but it also like a celebration, the like candles, and it's kind of like showing you a celebration that it's over. So I get the feeling like you've come through some really rough stuff, but you rose above, which is wonderful. Okay, and I think that is why Angie's getting that celebration card, which is what I'm getting. And get out there and just kind of give yourself, sow some oats, kind of get out there and be free, and to enjoy life a little bit, because again, you're in a better place than you've been in a long time. And again, you have overcome this crisis period, this time of real struggle. And I'm not saying it's a world of difference right now, but it's so much better than it was. I'll put it that way. And you still have some healing to do. You've got to get beyond when I say that, I mean the emotional side. You've got to get beyond the emotional damage that came with it too, because you're carrying that baggage with you, and it doesn't help you. It doesn't serve you well. So make sure again that you take the strength that you have and move yourself forward. Don't get dwelling in it. And again, find what aligns with you. Make sure that you're again having with that. And here's the Ace of Swords again. So you learned a lesson. You learned a serious damn lesson. And now it's time to put that lesson into practice, and make sure you're finding the balance. Again, remember what you went through, remember the frustration, remember that, but also find the balance of what you went through and what you learned, and know that that is now in the past. Okay, so let's shake off what has happened. Let's learn from it, but let's not carry it on with us. Okay, give yourself a break. And that's why Angie's card and my card was a celebration card. It was like, get out there and
Yep.
just decompress. Give yourself some time now to enjoy life a little bit, and to be happy with the things that have come your way. Okay, that's what I've got for you, Dimitri. Kelly Dick says, "Hey, Kelly Dick's nice to see you in. By the way, I didn't see you in earlier. Nice to see you in." And Kelly says, "Good news." Excuse me, Don. Good news. Not cold here anymore. 41 degrees Celsius today, and same for tomorrow. Freezing or heat wave? Absolutely. She gets like below zero, and now she's 41 above, and this is Celsius, which means it's hotter than that.
Dimitri, are you not married? Because I don't feel like you have a spouse, but you're seeking one, but you're very particular about it. And it's not a bad thing. You're just very particular. Like maybe this is your second marriage, or this is like, you want this to be long term and you're very particular about what you want that person to be. So are you not married and you're looking for a wife or you're looking for a spouse? Is that true? 'Cause they don't show me you as a couple. They show me you as a um as a person seeking. Yes, you are married. I don't even remember the question. So I don't know what the yes is. Um oh, it's true. Well, I still don't know what that means, Demetri. Yes, you are seeking a spouse and you are very particular about it. You'll find her. No, you're not married. Okay, cool. Because they show me you seeking somebody. And you want more of a gentle person because you're the alpha. You're definitely the man of the house. You want to make the decisions. You want everything, but you're a provider too. So you're not like authoritarian or like a dictator. You really want to provide, and you want her to be a little bit more gentle, and you kind of want her to be a homemaker. Like she can work, but you really want her to be more submissive to you in that way, but not in a douchey kind of way, not in a like you do what I say kind of way. You just really want to provide for your family in that way. And I do see someone coming. She has longer dark hair. She's more of a brown person. She's not really like she's a brown skinned person. She's shorter than you, but she's very loving. And she may be, are you in your 30s? Because they're showing me that maybe she's in her 30s or so, or maybe she's younger than you, but she is coming. But again, that's going to be you out and about exploring. And why are they showing me like Carolinas, North Carolina? They're showing me all this lush green grass. So is it North Carolina or is it Colorado? They're showing me all this green grass. So are you in that? Are you on that area of the Carolinas, or is that where you have family or where you're trying to go? Dimitri, I know you can type faster than this.
Snap, snap, snap.
Either way, she's coming. She's a little bit shorter than you. I feel like she's in her 30s. She has long, dark hair. You're into natural hair too. But I feel like she'll have natural hair because that's something that you like. She'll be that gentle spirit that you like. She'll be a homemaker. But she also will be a go-getter. Like she won't try to outshine you, but she will be a support to you in the way that you want her to be. And just be open to that. So, and it seems like it'll be rather quickly. It doesn't seem like it'll be too long of a courtship. Maybe 2025 is where you'll kind of solidify it, either get engaged or get married, but it is coming. And I do see the little boy, maybe even two more little boys. Okay. So there you go.
And was the previous drama, all the stuff that was just, again, the how you went through the difficult time, was that also because of a of a mother of one of the kids, or again, is it a girlfriend situation that put you in that situation? Because I'm picking up that was the energy is connected to that. Then that's why so much you need to let it go and release it, because you're going to carry that to your next relationship if you're not careful.
Yeah,
Is
and why
that
he's so particular. He wants
yes?
nothing like what he had. He wants to be totally different. Like I feel like the previous person may have been very social, like on social media, a little bit chatty Cathy, and very out there. And he wants a little bit more privacy and intimacy.
Hmm. Yeah. So again, make sure that you find the release to let it drop. Yeah, the mother of my two. Yeah, exactly. That's the energy I was picking up too. Yep, yep.
And
But
Dimitri,
don't
you got
bring
an
that.
older brother.
Don't
But
don't
Dimitri,
bring
you got
that.
an older brother who is past this childbearing.
Lord have mercy. This is the dating game here. Ms. Linda says, just put what you want out into the universe. Absolutely.
He has, it is coming, but they want you to get over that little, like, kind of move past it and be ready for it. Like, are you open to it? Like, if they sent that person to you, would you be ready for it? So what they're trying to tell you is prepare. She's coming, but you have to be a little less rigid and a little bit more open to love.
Absolutely.
Affirmations do work.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, good luck, Dimitri. Come back and let us know how it goes. And
Yes,
look,
indeed.
we like to be invited to weddings. I've not been to the Carolinas, so go ahead and invite us to the wedding.
Exactly. You can pay Miss Angie's trip, and she can be in the wedding. Because
Well,
free trips are not a
I'm
bad thing.
auntie status. I'm gonna be the person in the audience or at the reception with the drink all the time.
Exactly. I love that. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Sin or Scene says, "How do you control your negative thoughts lately? I've been nonstop affirmations.
Child, have you
Yes,
not even listened to me for the
affirmations.
last
Let
week?
me tell
Send,
you.
come on.
Every single night because I was having a hard time staying focused or believing in the things that they were telling us. One, get this book that Don has up here about affirmations, but also I have a playlist, and I tell you this all the time. I have an 8-hour playlist on YouTube that is nothing but positive affirmations. I listen to it as I go to sleep, so when I wake up in the morning, I'm in a totally different mood. I wake up in a positive mood because all night all I've heard is you're great, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you are powerful, you are a millionaire, you are loved, The universe has your back. The universe will give you anything you want. I listen to that over and over and over and over again all night while I'm sleeping. If during the day I'm having a bad day, I repeat my affirmations that Don gave us or that Don created, and I just repeat it over and over and over like a mantra until that thought passes. Or I listen to something funny. Laughter is very good at helping you to raise your vibration if you're in a lower state. Sometimes we can't do it by ourselves, so we have to find the things that make us happy. Candy makes me happy, although that's not good for the waistline. But comedy is good for the waistline because you're laughing, you're getting that, you're exercising those muscles, and you're twofold. So find something funny, find you an affirmation. If you get Don's book, then he'll help you to create your own affirmation, or you can use the affirmation that we use. I believe in infinite abundance. I am grateful that all my wants and needs are always met, or some derivative of that. And I say it over and over every single day, over and over and over. If I'm having a bad day, like say I get out of a meeting and this person has made me want to snatch him through that screen, I just start repeating. I just start repeating and repeating and repeating until my mood is changed. I'm at a higher vibration and I'm no longer angry. I'm no longer in those negative thoughts. So you have to reprogram yourself. Just like you got programmed into those negative thoughts, you have to reprogram yourself into something else. And Don's book gives you every single thing that you need to know about it. The neuroplasticity, the how to create the affirmations, how affirmations work, how to create your own. Like every single thing that you need, Don's book. And I'm not just saying it because I know Don. I bought the book, but before he even wrote the book, I listened to it and took a chance on what he was saying, and it worked, and it's continued to work. And that's the only thing that I can tell you is affirmations, affirmations, affirmation, reprogramming your mind to get out of that negative state.
Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that. And she is right. And the more important thing about it is that when you start using them again, and you use the neuroplasticity, put to use that neuroplasticity that is naturally in our brains, we are instinctively drawn to the negative. It is historically proven, and there's a study in the book that talks about how there is a study that proves we are wired to be negative initially. Our first response is fight or flight. You know, it's a protective mechanism to be negative and fight or flight. We have to retrain our brain to then start thinking positive, and it takes a while because even as you train the brain for a while, you instinctively have to fight that urge. But over time, the urge goes away because you've then rewired your brain. So the book is a definitely good start. And the other thing to remember about, again, what you're saying is that it starts within you. It's amazing how we have all these people who want to take a pill. They want to go have some sit on a psychiatrist's couch. They want to have a system, a magic system that's going to help them. They pay this money. They look outside of themselves. But I tell people over and over again, no matter what you do outside of yourself, if you're not ready internally, if you're not ready to receive, if you're not ready to do the work internally, then everything that's done outside will go to waste. It's like going on a diet. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to buy this book. I'm going to go read keto. I'm going to go keto. You buy all this food, and then you get home and you're not ready, so you still cheat on the diet, and the diet doesn't work, and then you get frustrated. You weren't ready. Again, you have to get yourself aligned first. Okay. So remember and think about it. The diet is just one thing. I mean, there are many things that we start off and we want a career, and we're going to start doing this. And then we realize that's not meant for us because we weren't ready for that. Many, many things in your life, again, the outside stimuli is wonderful. And I'm not saying don't use it, but what I'm saying, before you go there, go here. Go to your inner God and goddess. And I always say, even men have the inner goddess. There is no inner God in that sense. It's all inner goddess. Go into that inner goddess and make sure that that inner goddess is well, that it is nourished, that it is being listened to, and that you're helping to work with it to create the person that you want to be, that whole healthy individual. And in knowing your inner goddess, which is, again, how this book will tap you into inner goddess, when knowing that power within, then you tell the universe what it is you want from it, and you send your energy, our energy field around us, you send that energy out, and it comes back. So, Dimitri, no matter what I'm sorry?
Sen, S-E-N, it's that guy, Sen.
Oh, Sen, I'm sorry. I'm back on Dimitri. Sen, no matter what you do or think, make sure that you start inside. And when you start this journey inside, that whatever you do otherwise will be definitely more apt to work. but you may find you don't need anything other because you did your work first. Okay.
See, I do have a question. You're around a there because I asked what's for your highest and greatest good, and they show me you being broken over and over and over and over again. They show me you like is it Pinocchio, like the little down thing, and you're being broken over and over again. Your leg is broken, your arm is broken, but you're being broken over and over and over again. But it's the crowd of people that you hang with. You need to release yourself from the group of people that you with. Your group of people can either be a cage or it can be people that can elevate you. And you seem to be with a group of people who like and I don't and this is how they show it to me. So I'm not judging you. Are you a person that has had a little bit of a troubled past and you're trying to get over that, but you can't escape all the things of your past, so it's harder and harder for you to pull yourself out because of the things of your past, and people keep judging you for your past. And so if you come in and say, you know what, oh, I've started meditating, they're gonna be like, oh, you think you're Buddha now? So it's your circle of friends. Either they're going to support you or they're going to keep you down. They're going to press you down. So I feel like your circle isn't one that is supportive of change. They want to keep you where they are because then we're all the same. You want a group of people who want you to elevate so that they can have something to strive for. So you need to change your circle of friends, or maybe just even isolate yourself and get away from that group until you can reprogram yourself and start to do something different. Because I get the feeling that your circle isn't very supportive of change or of you becoming a new enlightened person. And so you're going to have to change your circle a little bit in order to try to get moving forward, because I see it. It's a very deep struggle, and it feels like you've been told over and over and over and over again that you weren't like negativity has been programmed to you over and over and over and over again. People, I told you it wasn't going to work. I told you you weren't going to make it. I told you you couldn't. I told you I could. You could, and you need to reprogram that, and it's not going to happen overnight. As many years as you've had the negative, you're going to need something to reprogram that positive, and it's going to be over and over and over again. As much as I've done the affirmations, I still have to actively work at it working for me. So it's not going to be like, oh, you try it out on Wednesday and then on Thursday you're a new enlightened person and you never have any more ups and downs. You're going to continuously have ebbs and flows because you're continually growing. So every time you reach a new level, you got to figure out a new affirmation or a new way to keep yourself rising up to the top. So the first thing you need to do is change your circle of friends or the people that are around you and find some more supportive people that'll help you out. So
Yes.
that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. You stopped commenting, but I hope that really helps you out.
Mm. And somebody asked, who is this answer for? And though this was meant specifically to send because he asked the question and responding, quite often when people come into these energies, they're drawn for the same reasons or they have the same questions. And so there are often times where the answers fit more than one person, and they are specific enough so where they do actually fit more than one person, because quite often it's like there's a certain energy it tends to happen, and you have 4 or 5 people come in with the same kind of issue. It's just all in one night, and then we'll not have that same issue for a long time to come. It's very strange how that happens, but because of that energy that draws you in, because you're open to your own energy, the energy draws you to come to the live. And then when you're watching, you're like, wait a minute, it's like you're talking to me. We are talking to you. You were drawn here for a specific reason, and that is because you needed to hear the message that was, even if it wasn't intended specifically for you, you were drawn here to hear that message.
And he
So
said he's paid all that money for drugs and stuff. And really, it's really just reprogramming your mind without all the medication, because usually the medication just kind of subdues you, kind of keeps you from feeling the emotions. You need to ride out the emotions and let them go ahead and go through, and stop trying to push them down and pack them away. Go ahead and let them go through. For one, it gives you a baseline of where your emotions are. Where is my baseline? Where's my normal controlled environment of emotions? Where's my normal happy? Where's my normal peace? Where's my normal tranquility? So when I'm off, I know, oh, I'm a little bit too aggressive. I'm a little bit too emotional. I'm a little bit too sad. I'm a little bit too depressed. So you need to find your baseline so you know where you should be, and then you can adjust when you're higher or lower. Okay, I'm a little bit aggressive today. I need to bring it down a little bit. So let me figure out how I can get out of this aggressive or this angry mode. I'm a little bit too sad. How do I raise my vibration? because usually when I'm aggressive, it's a little bit too much ego, a little bit too much ego. And when I'm sad, it's a little bit too emotion. So I have to find that harmony, that spot in the middle. And sometimes, and I'm not saying to stop taking your medications by all means, but I'm saying sometimes it just kind of takes all your feeling away, and you're not feeling anything. So you need to find out where your baseline is so that you can adjust based on what you're going through in your situation. But again, they're really showing me your first thing is to find a different circle of friends, or just kind of pull back a little bit, find out who you are or your center, and then move forward. And then if they don't accept you, then you just move on. Sometimes we outgrow people. You don't have to be friends with the same person forever. Sometimes we outgrow people, and you need to find people who will make you want to strive for more. Like Don is a person who makes you want to strive for more. He's taught me a lot about business. He's helped me, to be more focused on business versus just get the money, get the money, get the money, or even on lack. Like before I met Don, I probably was very much focused on lack. I never have enough. I never have enough. And then talking to Don, it's like, oh, okay, well, I can strive for more. Maybe I should open a business. And then these are things. So you want somebody who wants to pull you up and not just keep telling you it's not going to work. So change your circle of friends is the first thing that they're telling me to tell you. So that's what I got for you. And I hope that helps you out. And everybody else who's saying that it is since you were 11. I mean, a lot changes since you were 11, and you may need to just find people. And you don't have to completely drop them. You could just find somebody else who helped you to strive for more, and then maybe they'll follow suit. Because sometimes when you find somebody else and you're the change, if you're all going to stay the same thing, then we're all just going to be content with being the same thing, complaining all the time. But if one of you decide, hey, there's more out there, let me explore, then maybe everybody else will say, well, heck, if he could do it, I could do it, and then the next person, the next person. So you could be the
Exactly.
catalyst or the example for everybody else to move
Yep.
forward. So think about you being the change for everybody else. I'm
Yep.
not saying drop all of them, but kind of pull back, find yourself, and then maybe they'll follow suit. And if they don't, then you just kind of move on and you deal with them how they are. They're friends that I only deal with on certain occasions for certain things. And there's certain friends that I could like. You got to have a variety of people in your life that you can go to for different things, or who you can bounce things off of. And if we're all thinking lack, then we're all going to stay in lack. You need somebody to teach you to strive for more, to seek more, or to look at things from a different perspective. Exactly, Miss Linda. Sometimes people grow apart, and it's not always a bad reason. You just need to strive for more. And maybe they're not ready for that striving, but maybe you're the person who needs to be the example for them to strive for better.
Absolutely. Again, you can be the change agent for your whole group. Amazing. Think about how you can, when you watch them and you see some of the things they're going through, the trials and tribulations, and you know that they don't have to necessarily go down that route, but that's the choices they make. And you can, how maybe with this and with your like eye opening, that you also can say, man, you know what? Yeah, I can help you, and just and just if anything, show them the way by doing it. And as you do it, they'll mirror it, because again, as often in our groups, we do mirror each other in that sense. And so if they see you taking a more positive, more inspirational tone, they may and do the same. So again, give them the benefit of the doubt that they can and will adjust if they see it. If they see it and they like what they see, they will mirror it.
One of the greatest compliments I ever got was from my brother. And we all grew up in the same household. My mom, education was very important. And my brother told me this later, after I went to college. He said, had you stayed home and just had babies and not done anything with your life, we probably would have done the same thing, because you left and went away. You gave us something. You gave us an example of something else to follow. Like, you went away. So we thought, oh, well, she's going to college. We can go to college. Like, so just that one little decision that I made, and everybody else made the decision too. And I'm not saying that the rest of them wouldn't have come to that decision on their own, but he's my baby brother. And this was his affirmation to me. This was him telling me that because you didn't just stay home and just get pregnant and just have kids and just do nothing, you gave us something to strive for, to look forward to. So you were an example of something that needed to be done. And so I did that too. And so we all went to college. We all moved away. We all did, made better for ourselves and for our children. So be that catalyst, be that change that everybody else is like, oh, well, she can do it. I could do it too. A ripple effect. Exactly, Michelle.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is in the book.
Exactly. Get the book. First thing, get the book. Very easy read. About 100 pages, not very hard. It's not overly technical. You'll definitely love it. It's a quick read. You just go through it, boom, boom, boom. You could bookmark chapters, skip back and forth to find things that are very important to you. And I'm not, again, I'm not just saying this because I know, Don, the book really, really does help you. Definitely, definitely.
And the good thing is interesting is what I've found as I've talked to people and discussed the book with them. What I've found fascinating is everybody reads it differently, which I never thought about. I always think you read a book from beginning to end. No, you don't. It's interesting. There's people who have health issues, right? And so they want to go right to 13. They want to go right to chapter 13 and understand how they can help themselves in the healing process, how they can help the doctors, how they can help their team to do better for themselves. There's people who are very negative and need the neuroplasticity, and they go to chapter 14 because they're like, that's the change I need.
That's my
So it's
chapter. That's
yep,
my chapter. And
yep,
it's the science of it. Some
yes.
people need proof. You know how you've ever done a reading, you can tell they're just looking at you. Let me see if she really know anything. That chapter is the proof. That right there is the proof, the scientific proof for me.
And that's the one thing about this book, and not to trumpet my own horn, but when I first started trying to find information about affirmations, you could not find any writers who went into the science of it. They all were just talking about, I feel this, you need to feel this, we all feel this. It's all about feelings, and it's nice to be in your feelings. But you know what? I have a science background. I also have a legal background because I'm an attorney as well as in the engineering field. So I come from two very different backgrounds who said, show me the money. I want the receipts. And so I did the research, and I brought that research to everybody because I thought, there are a lot more people out there these days, especially, who want to see the proof. And so that's the one thing about this book that you will not find in any other book. And I've done the research. I tell you, there are not a lot of books written about how affirmations work. There's a lot about these are the affirmations and this is how but not a lot that gets into detail, and very few. And when they do, they don't go that deep. And I actually bring in university studies. I bring in institutions who did the research trying to disprove that they work.
But it's not heavy, y'all. It's not heavy. Don't
Exactly.
don't don't get sidetracked by him saying he brought his. It's not heavy. The chapters are very easy read. They're very short. They're very succinct. They give you good information, and you just need to believe enough to actually try it. Listen,
Yes.
when I first tried the affirmations, I was not 100% in believing that it was coming. I believed enough to try it. So believe enough to buy the book. Believe enough to try it. And once you try it and you amaze yourself, you're like, well, holy cow, I'm all in it to win. Believe enough to try it.
And Angie did what I suggest in the book is incremental. Try a small one. Try something small and insignificant to give you confidence that it works, and then go bigger and go bigger and go bigger until, again, because again, sometimes we need the proof. And so do a little one, and then, okay, that worked. Let me try a bigger one and a bigger one. And then if it doesn't work, ask yourself what's missing in the affirmation. And this is the other thing about affirmations. It's got to be personal. It's got to be positive. It has to be present tense of the success. Again, when you succeeded, what does that look like? And it has to be specific. And if you miss one of those four, then you have a probability that it won't work as well. And so again, specifically ask what you want for. Make sure it is your affirmation and it's toned to you. Make
Don,
sure it is present tense, and make sure
I
that
have
it
to
is
tell you
positive.
this because I have to tell you that my next. Okay, so the first amount of money I needed was around $500, and both times it had to do with my son and paying his bill. So the next time I used it, I got 10 times more. First time I needed 500, the next time he got 5,000. So see how exponentially it went with me just believing that one time I got it was like 400 something dollars, but $500 is what I needed. So I did it again, needed 5,000. He got a 5,000. Look, I'm going for 50,000. That's my next bet, Don. I just need
Heck yeah.
50,000. I'm a pop it up every time. So I got the 500, I got the 5,000. I need that 50,000. Come on now, bring me that 50,000, people.
That'll cover that year of college. Yes,
It'll keep
indeed.
coming. It'll keep coming. And
Yep.
again, it was indirectly for me. Like I needed to pay his tuition, but it was for my son to pay his tuition. And I just put it out there, and each time it came. So my next one, I need 50,000. And universe, I need that for me. I need that 50,000 for me. I'm giving him his money. I need 50,000 for me.
Yes, absolutely. Miss Linda, yes, indeed, birthday girl. We can draw a card for
Oh,
you.
definitely, Miss Linda.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see what we got with Miss Linda.
For those of you who are not the usuals that pop in, Miss Linda is like the mother of our soul tribe. She is like the spirit energy, and so and today is her birthday. So when we talk to Miss Linda, it's because she's adorable and we know her and we love her.
Miss
And
Linda, I know that you're a big traveler of the United States, like you travel around. Are you trying to leave the country and go somewhere? Because I see you trying to expand and go somewhere else. Like, are you trying to get out of the country and go somewhere?
depends
Is
on
that
what happens November
in November she's going somewhere?
on election day. Oh Lord. Well, don't worry, I won't get into politics, but I just thought that was perfect.
I see that she's trying. Exactly. I see Miss Linda try. You just got your passport. Oh my gosh! Because they showed me you going out of the country somewhere else, but I feel like you're gonna go alone. You're like, screw this. I don't have to wait for anybody. I'm just gonna go alone, or I'm just gonna go. And I see you going to someplace. It seems to be a little bit cool. Are you thinking about Scotland? Is that what I'm saying? Because it seems also a moist place. Like there's moisture in the air, so I feel like it's gonna be a little cooler time of the year. Are you thinking of a cruise, like an international cruise or something? I see you going somewhere and come together and give you this.
Your mic is going in and out again, unfortunately, Angie.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, now you're good.
Okay. So if they were showing me that, hopefully I'm back, Miss Linda. That was a little bit cooler. It was a lot of green. Again, no, but then
I
I
heard the
don't.
no. We got the no.
I don't know. It's not even showing me that I'm buffering at this time.
That's
So
crazy,
I don't
right?
know.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. All right. So hopefully that works. Let me make sure I closed all the other ones. Okay. Me and Restream are working on this later. But I heard that like they showed me you going out of the country. It's a really green place and it's moist. Like there's moisture in the air, so it's a Four Seasons place. Um, it's a cooler time of the year, and I feel like you're going by yourself, but you're enjoying it, and it's a lot of food. Like you're enjoying the food of where you're going, but you're happy and you're joyous and you're just having a good time. Is how they're showing it to me. Like you don't have a care in the world. It's a short trip, like maybe 3 days, and then maybe you do a little bit longer. But like your first trip, I feel like it's going to be like 3 days or so, and then a longer trip and a longer trip. But you're going to end up just traveling. And I do see a cruise because I see you on the water. But again, it's winter when you go, so I see it being a cooler time of the year. So maybe later in the year or early at the beginning of the year is when you go and do these things. So that's what I saw.
I got the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is you're being drawn to this trip. This is again, this is you're for some reason Spirit has been drawing you to this trip. So I can see that you're definitely going to take the trip. I do get some hesitation from you though, because I'm picking up the Devil card and that Devil card energy. And so I'm getting some. Why are you worried? Why are you kind of concerned? You feel like if you go on too long or something. I don't know, but I get the feeling like there's a little bit of hesitation there, a little concern. But it definitely is something that is definitely something you should be considering doing. And it's interesting too because I have the King of Swords. And so that King of Swords is try something different. So whatever you've done, whatever trips you've taken in the past, make this a different kind of trip. Make this so if you visited family, maybe make it not so much family oriented. If you visited, if that's your usual thing, again, make this one different. Make it go outside the box. Do some touristy stuff. Do some other stuff. Again, I don't know exactly what, but again, just get outside the box. Okay. I mean, the upside down, again, this is the structure. Get away from the structure. Do something different. Do something that is fun. And look at this. And that's the travel. I mean, let's get going. That's it. So yeah, get out there, get going, enjoy yourself, and look at this. Get out in the world. This is the world card. This is the travel. So yeah, the travel card is there. So yeah, you're lined up for it, and definitely beyond our borders. But do something different, and you're gonna find peace and relaxation on that. Even though you're traveling, you're gonna find this kind of tranquility and peace that you've been kind of needing. So it's gonna give you the rest that you need. So yes, get the planning over with. Get the planning over with and get yourself some tickets, and you're going to be very happy that you did, because this is the Three of Cups. Very happy that you did. Okay. This is not the Myrtle Beach trip, Miss Linda. This is not that trip. This is definitely not that trip. This is out of the country. This is definitely a trip out of the country.
And I feel like it's gonna be gifted. Like I feel like somebody's gonna pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
You got a new Latin lover coming on this Linda that's about to pay for your trip around the world.
Monica, you are mistaken, because, as you say, I guess this is not the correct platform to ask questions, as only Facebook subscribers are being picked. Right above you in the chat is a YouTube subscriber named Miss Linda, who we just read for. So, good try, but that's not the case. We read for everybody on
Monica, we've read you before. I remember you in the chat, and you're usually not this negative. We've read for you many times before in the past. So
Exactly. Exactly.
either Michelle Prater or Kira. Is it Kira? Kyra, somebody. I was drawn to both of those names.
Kyra is the first person I ran across, so let's take her because it was easy.
Kyra Ellis. Is it Elias or Ellis? Elise?
Illis,
Forgot them glasses.
Illis. So.
All right. That's it. First one. Kira. Oh, I don't remember what I said. If it's Kira, spell it Keyra. If it's Kyra, spell it K. That's the exact way it is.
Exactly. And Monica, again, this is a YouTube, not a Facebook.
Kira. Okay, got it. All right, I like it. Okay, so let me see what we got for you. Are you trying to get rid of somebody in your life? Because I keep hearing "go on, Sonny" or "go on, boy." Like you're trying to get rid of somebody, like boy, bye. Like you want somebody to get out of your life. You're trying to dismiss somebody who won't go away. But I feel like they haven't been appreciative of you. And now that you're done with them, they're trying to crawl their way back. And you're like, nope, I'm over it. I'm ready to move on. I don't feel like you have somebody new, but you want your 10 of cups, and this person isn't your 10 of cups. And so you're trying to get rid of this person, but they're just kind of nipping at your heels and not trying to get away. But you're trying to get rid of this person and they won't go away. You're very firm in that you don't want them because they pretty much blew their chance with you. But gosh, you got 2 10s. You got the 10 of cups and the 10 of pentacles. So good stuff is coming for you. Both 10s came out for you. So wish fulfillment and good money or good blessings coming your way. You just kind of gotta get over this person and focus on something else. It is a little bit heartbreaking for you, but you're ready to move on and get rid of this person so that you can find a new love and focus on career. Is that what you're trying to focus on, career? Are you a younger person? You seem a little bit young to me, like maybe in your in your 20s or 30s. You seem a little bit young to me. Oh, it's been hard to move on. Okay, cool. All right. So they're showing me that this person needs to be moved on. And that's how they showed me the 9 of swords, and I put it back in there because I thought that you shouldn't. But then you know what came up? That 8 of cups. You need to just go ahead and move on and let it go. It is painful, but if you focus on moving forward, success and achievement is coming your way. You're trying to get focused on your career, and that's where you need to go. That's where your focus needs to be. It'll help you get over this love, and it'll give you this accomplishments that you need in order to be proud of yourself. You're a little bit hard on yourself right now. You're in your late 30s. Oh, because they showed me you younger. Look, that's younger to me because I'm in my late 40s. So that is younger. But they're showing me you needing to focus more on your career, and that'll get you out of this mindset of missing this love person. And once you do that, it'll kind of amp it up and you'll move up in your career because you're a little bit stagnant there too. You were so focused on making this relationship work that you kind of let everything else kind of just be, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they're saying it's not broke, but it's also not going to get you to the next level that you're trying to strive to. And you're trying to save money. Are you trying to get a new car or a big truck or something? They showed me a big vehicle. Or is this a moving truck? Like you're saving to do something. It's either to purchase a new truck or to move someplace because they keep showing me a big truck. And so what I thought was a big SUV may be a moving truck. So are you trying to move? And they're showing me a stethoscope. Oh, you're trying to move into a house. Okay, cool. That's good. You're trying to get a house. Um, and you're trying to save for it. Are you thinking about, are you in the healthcare industry because they're showing me a stethoscope, or is that where you're trying to go? Because they're showing me a stethoscope. Oh, you were thinking about getting a mobile home. Okay, because they showed me a big vehicle on wheels. Okay. The mobile home, no. You want something else. Um, you do work in disability. Okay. Okay, so they're showing me healthcare. Are you trying to get more into healthcare though? Because they're showing me the stethoscope, but that could be doing with the disability. You're ready to advance, and you haven't been focused on it. So if you pay a little bit more attention, you'll advance and you'll become up to the next level. So it's time to start climbing the career ladder so that you can start accomplishing some of those things that you want to get the house or to get the car. You laid down that path through the COVID. Okay. Um, I mean, again, focus on your career because that's where your tens are coming from. Career and joy. That's where you need to be coming from. And then balance it out a little bit. You've given a lot more to this relationship than you received, and it's time for you to receive now. And that means focusing on you, self love, self care, and moving on from this heartache. So that's what I got for you.
Kara, I tried connecting with your energy, and for some reason, it just isn't there with me. I don't know why, and I don't think it's not necessarily you. It's just that for some reason our vibrational levels or something is just not right. And as I shuffled the cards and I drew the cards made absolutely no sense. And when that happens, because again, when the cards are very clear, and when the cards have a message, they're very clear. When the cards do not have a message, usually you can tell that there's something going on. Now, then after that, I tried doing a psychic hit on you. I tried seeing if I could get something psychically, and that did not work as well. And so, Kira, I will make you a promise that if you come, when you, not if, when, when you come back in the next time, remind me of this conversation. Remind me that I did not read you. I do tend to remember those, by the way, and I don't forget those easily. And I will try to read you again. But unfortunately, tonight, I don't have. The energy's not there with you. I don't know why. We're just not connecting. I don't know, and I don't know if it's anxiety on your part or on my part, or there again, it could be a level thing. I don't know. So, and I will not give you bullshit. I will not fill your head with stuff that doesn't exist because that's not. My integrity is important to me. My reputation is important to me. So if I don't pick up something, I will not give it to you. I will not do that. So again, I would love to be able to give you a reading, but I cannot do that because the energy is not there for our connection tonight. And again, don't take it personally. It's not about you. It's about just the connection that we have. And I will fulfill that promise down the road. I promise you. And I think Angie will tell you, there's times where I've done that and the person comes the next time and boom. Sometimes it's amazing. The last person I did that with, the next time they came in, two of their relatives came in for a mediumship hit, not just a reading, but a mediumship hit. And I'm like, okay, patience, because the woman was there, and then this man come rolling in, and he took control. And I'm like, you need to chill out because I'm talking to her. So I'm not promising mediumship hit. I'm just telling you that energy.
Let,
On it.
that's one thing we're not going to do. We're not going to lie to you and tell you something that's not true.
Yep.
And again, the one thing they keep telling me to tell you to focus on: career, career, career. You need to tune in more to your career. And once you do that, listen, I had a situation where I was like, look, my guys kept telling me to wait, 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 wait. And I said, well, how do I wait productively? When I say they amped up my work life so fast, I mean, I was exhausted at the end of the day. I couldn't think about my heartache or the things that I was because I was mentally exhausted from being so revved up and so active in work. And so I said, how do I wait productively? And boy, did they show me how to wait productively. They amped up their career and I was just like zip, 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 doing stuff, 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 stuff. And so that's what it is. You need to change your focus in order for you to get over this. You know how sometimes they tell you to get over one man, get under a new man? Well, your focus is to get under your career, to pull that career up, and then it'll help you, and you won't be in such a financial situation that you're in because you have great hopes and dreams. You just need to focus on your career so that you can accomplish them without needing that other source of income or that other person over there and be dependent upon them. You kind of want to be a little bit independent because they're showing me the nine of pentacles. So work on getting your career focused, and then that'll pull you out of this rut, and then you'll naturally attract someone because your vibration will be high. Like, think about it. Are you ready? Are you dateable right now? If they were to send you your knight in shining armor, your Fabio, would you be ready to date this person, or would you bring them down because you're still lost in this, in the aftermath of this relationship? Be dateable, be open, be ready. Bring to the table the things that you want them to bring to the table so that you're on equal footing. And so if you focus on that, then maybe you'll meet somebody out on your career or out on your job or something like that. But once you change your focus, you're not stuck in the sadness. You're thinking about something else, and naturally you'll attract the person or the love that you want.
And
All
then
right.
you mentioned somebody else at the same time last before when we chose her. What do you remember that name? Was it Kate? Who was it? Who was it? I don't remember.
I do not remember. It was
Does somebody else out there remember where
was
we?
it that Catherine lady? I don't know
It could
because I
be.
went. I didn't go that far down. Yeah. Oh, it was Michelle. Michelle Prater. Michelle, are you
That's
here,
right,
Prater?
Michelle. Yep, I
And if
remember now.
Michelle isn't here, then I saw Catherine, and then I also I and Autumn. I do have something for the Monica lady, but I feel like it's love centered. Okay, so Monica is here. Okay, or Michelle's here. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see what's going on for Michelle. You're at a. I keep hearing crossroads. You're at a crossroads, but they show me a train track, and you were just chugging along, and then the track is broken, so it's falling apart. And so you're trying to repair the track, but you don't know how to repair the track. So you're needing to seek guidance from your higher power. You're trying to figure something out that you don't know how to do. So they show me you trying to get back on track, but you're trying to do something that's outside of your power. It would be me like trying to rebuild an engine. I have no idea how to rebuild an engine. You don't know how to repair this train track to get back on track. So you're going to need to go to an outside source, which again would be your higher power. What do I need to do to get back on track? How do I get myself back to where I need to be moving forward? You're stuck and you're at a crossroads, but you need to make some decisions. So they're showing me the Two of Swords, which means that you're refusing to make decisions. Like you have all these options, but you're not making the decision, or you're not seeking the guidance on how to make the proper decision. Like it would be like me going to my beautician and asking her, well, how do I rebuild an engine? She doesn't know. She knows how to do hair. You need to go to the proper authority, to the people who know how to do it. So your circle of friends may be great, but they may not have the knowledge that you need. You may need to get a professional person, like you may need a career coach. You may need some kind of life coach. You may need a doctor. You may need somebody else who's outside to help you to move forward. Somebody who'll give you advice, professional advice that is outside of your circle of friends. So they're saying you need to seek somebody who has knowledge in what you're doing. So that's the first thing I got for you, Miss Michelle, is that you need to seek knowledge, but you also, in order for you to get back on track, because there's things that you want to do, you just don't know how to go about getting them done. Like, oh, I want to start a business, but I have no clue about how to start an LLC, or I have no clue about how to, get that started. Again, these are YouTube is a great resource on how to get things done. This chat is a great resource on how to get things done. So the first thing they're asking me is, what is it that you want to do? How do you want to move forward? What job do you want? What city do you want to live in? What kind of relationship do you want? What is it that you want to do? If tomorrow you could get online with your higher power and tell them everything you want, what is it that you want first? Your career, your love, your finances? what is it that you want them to work on first, and how and what is it that you want in each of those fields. So they're showing me like a vision board, but it's in three segments. It's your career, it's your finances, and it's your love, or your general life. So how do you want each of those things to go, and tell them so that they can help you and provide you the guidance. If I want to start a new business, or I want to learn how to make money, you know who they sent me? They sent me Don. If I want to find out how to get my healthcare stuff in order, they sent me our good friend Kim Colby. So there's lots of resources they can send you. You just got to tell them what you want so that they can send you the person who can help you to do the things that you want to do, because you're trying to do it on your own and you're unable to do it. And you just don't know how to do it. Again, decide what it is that you want them to make, and just ask, how do I move forward? What is my next step? Those are all questions. When I'm stuck and I just don't know what to do, I'm like, well, look, I don't know whether I should be concentrating on my career, on getting my son to his next level, on my love life, on my health. I say, what is my next step? And then I allow them to tell me what my next step is. I either dream about it, I see something on TV. So what if you say, what's my next step? And then they show you a commercial for a new career, or a commercial for going back to school, or a commercial for moving to another city. Those are all clues. They're saying don't discount all the things that you're seeing around you, because they're trying to help you. You're just not tuning in. Is your grandmother deceased? Because I get an older woman trying to help you from the other side. She feels like she's just shaking you because you're not paying attention. So is your grandmother deceased? I get a female on maybe on your mom's side that is trying to help you and that is trying to guide you, but you're dismissing everything. Are you a baker? Did your grandmother teach you how to cook? Is cooking something that you want to do? Because she's showing me food, she's showing me the kitchen. Like she gave you all these skills and you're not tapping into any of them. Is that true? So are you trying to cook? Yes, yes, you are trying to cook. So it's like she's giving you all these skills and you're not tapping into any of those things. There's a lot of this is a great season to be doing celebrate to be doing, like 4th of July is coming up. Recipes online, different cooking, different desserts, different foods, different meals. My mom is a person who loves to cook. So sometimes she'll prepare a big feast and then just sell dinners to people, and then she just said, like, she may even provide a dinners to just like local seniors who can't cook. So my mom still can cook. She's about to be 70, so she still can cook. But she has other friends who are a little bit older and they can't cook. So she'll prepare this big meal, give them this huge amount of food for a little price, or they'll say, Miss Connie, can you cook for me? And she'll cook this dinner for them, and they'll just pay her for the food. So what is it that you want to do that you're not doing? And your grandmother is like, listen, I taught you better than this. You have more resources than this. You're smarter than this. Why aren't you doing the things that you know how to do? Why are you making money for other people when you could be making money for yourself? She always got frustrated with me because you didn't follow directions. Oh my goodness. And she just wants to shake you like this, baby. She is not happy with you. Is there a dessert or a cake or something that she used to make? Is there something with coconut? What's with the coconut that she used to use? Or is it a German chocolate cake? Is it dessert? Because she's showing me food or dishes that she taught you how to make or that you know how to make. You're just not doing it. She's showing me that you could be making so much money, because I just keep hearing the ding, 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 ding of a cash register, but you're not focused on that. You're allergic to coconut. Okay, so she's showing me the coconut. But are you a baker? Is it cooking? Is cooking the thing? I think that was a yes that you gave me. She's tired of you, definitely. She's tired of you ignoring her, for one, and for two, not following through. Like, you'll get started and you'll get all excited about it, and then you'll psych yourself out and say, no, that's not going to work. Nobody's going to want that. Listen, Fast Food Friday is a staple in my house. You know why? Because I don't want to cook. And so if you're a person that cooks and I can buy my product from you and I know you're consistent with it, I'm going to buy from you. So just go ahead and do what you're supposed to do. Try the cooking out. The 4th of July is about to come up. Cook something and see if it sells. See what the approach is out there for it. But there's lots of different ways that you can make money. You're just not doing it. And I see the Ace of Pentacles for you. That's a new start. in making money and an opportunity, but you got to be creative with it. And so you have help, you're just not utilizing it. Ah, could be, could be why you're not listening. Okay. Okay. Cool. Do you have littles? Do you have little children that are dependent on you? Like, cause I see some struggle. Do you have struggle that you've been dealing with? She's telling you you need to get your life in order to take care of these kids. She's not happy with the way that you're taking care of the kids either. You have teenagers. Okay. So you have three. How many do you have? She's saying that you're not three. Okay. You need to get yourself on track so you can be a better example for them, because you're just going to repeat a cycle. They're following you. You know they're watching you, and they're going to do it. I just gave the example of how my brother said, had I stayed home and done nothing, they could have followed in my footsteps. Be the example that you want them to do. If you were giving advice to your teens, what would you tell them to do? Would you tell them to do the things that you're doing, or would you want them to strive for something more? So be the example to them. So that's what I got for you.
Michelle, as I dealt the cards, um, they took me in a different kind of direction, and I don't know if I'm going to talk around. I'm just going to give you some idea, okay? And then but if you should be comfortable with disclosing whatever you think you should or shouldn't. But again, this is a public forum, so be careful and cognizant of that question, of that structure, because I don't want you putting your laundry out there, if you know what I'm saying. And so again, so know that, okay. Uh,
Miss
uh,
Linda said, just say it. And that's what her grandmama said. Just say it. She need to hear it. Your
yeah,
grandmama got a switch. She said you need to hear it.
yeah. I'm just kind of concerned for you, and there's some energy around you. Again, I'm not laying it directly at your feet only. I'm not saying, but there is an energy around you about a drug issue and relapse, and again, I don't know if it's the boyfriend. I don't get a husband energy as much as boyfriend. So I don't know if you're with a boyfriend, not a husband, because I'm getting more of a boyfriend feel or something. In relationship, I'm not saying he's the relapse. I'm just saying the relationship, that because I'm picking up the energy on the relationship itself. But the point is that I feel there's an energy around you of somebody who had an addiction issue, and there is a concern over a potential for a relapse with that. And it's kind of, again, it's very disheartening here, because again, it's like on the precipice. And I wonder if it's a younger person. So is it somebody, I don't know, maybe even one of your children, I don't know. But you got to stay strong. You have to stay strong, and you have to be the positive energy. You got to bring the positive energy into the situation to make sure that it does not, that slippery slope does not start, and it doesn't go down there. Okay, so make sure that as you move forward over the next few weeks, because I'm talking as in present, I'm talking now, not talking down the road a little bit. This energy is there. Okay, okay. Yeah. So yeah, be careful, because I think you're under a lot of stress and some other things, and there's also some stressors who are pulling you, and it's so easy to slip. And I don't want you doing that. And I feel the alignment right now is leading in that kind of, it's so just take the precautions to ensure that you don't put yourself in a situation where that is readily available, where you're around people who can drive you to that, and where you don't let a lot of pressure push you to the point where you feel like you need something more than what you can bring from yourself. Okay. So again, blessings, love, and light on that. But just again, I'm I'm just being drawn to give you that notice, that just be cognizant of the fact that you're in a very you're in a very stressed, you're in a time where a decision can put you in one way or the other. And I'm asking you to be very cognizant of allowing yourself not to be put in a situation where that temptation can be too strong, because it can be. Okay. Again, I can't send enough love and light and energy to you. I promise you. I wish I could send more. I would. So understand we're sending you that energy. Be strong and make sure you don't put yourself in a situation, and you'll get through this. Okay. I'm going to draw one more card to kind of give me a feel. Thank you for sharing and opening up for me. Again, it was very difficult that I was going through this, and I was thinking, do I even go there? But I was very strongly pushed to do this from the energy that's around me, saying she needs to hear this, and that's why I went there. So I hope you understand it wasn't for anything more than, again, to your thing. And there's the Four of Pentacles. So I like this because, again, it's that you owning it, you controlling it, you structure yourself. It's that structure. It's like a structured budget. It's structured. And so again, stay within the structure. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Again, the Wheel of Fortune says you're in control. You spin the wheel. You make the decision. But whatever your decision is, you pay the consequence one way or the other. Can it be good or bad? Absolutely. And this is a good one. So stay strong, my dear. Stay strong, and come back anytime you need to have a conversation, to get more information, that kind of stuff. I can't tell you enough how much that we would all wish that people would come to hear that same story if they're facing that. And we are here for you. This whole tribe is here for you. We'll walk you through this, and we'll kind of give you direction from what we're seeing, guidance through what is coming in front for you. But know that you're on the right path, and you are walking in the light, and stay in the light. Okay. I can't stress it enough. All right.
And if nothing else, we'll make you laugh. And Miss Linda will love you. She'll just love on you and give you the most
Excuse me. Sorry.
So, like, if nothing else, just come back. And not just because it's us, but you know what I'm saying? We are a very loving community.
Yes.
And every one of our lives, you'll kind of see the same people over and over again. And we support you. And when we say we're praying for you, or we're sending you love, and we're sending you light, we really are sending you that energy in that moment. And we really are wishing for you. Like, I usually try to say some kind of prayer or something before we start, or try to ask for some kind of protection of the people that are in our group, or some kind of guidance for the people that are going to be in the chat. So definitely come back and just kind of absorb up the energy. Like, a lot of times I'll just listen to the rest of our people that are online when they're online every day, just because of the camaraderie, the joy, the laughter, and just being in the positive enjoyment with them. So come back. And then you'll actually hear stories. Sometimes you'll be like, dang, that's me. That they're speaking directly to me.
Yeah, and you'll find that, and I will tell you this much: as I'm speaking for Angie when I say this, but I do believe strongly. She and I have seen a lot. We've lived a few years. We she's a lot younger than I, but we both have lived a few years and a few lifetimes of issues, and in so doing, it's not a shock to the system. It's not a judgment on the system. It's to see this is like, okay, this is just another aspect of people. And so know that, you'll not have judgment here. You're not going to get judgment here. You're going to get understanding, and you're going to get guidance if you can. And more importantly, again, we've seen, we've seen and experienced far worse. So, know that, that we are here. And again, the Soul Tribe is here as well. So you're welcome to come back anytime, especially if you need just a little touch up, because sometimes we need a little tweak. We need a little pep, we'll give you that.
So we'll hope to see you back, Miss Michelle.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's dating someone named Steve? Because I heard Steve is not the one. Is someone dating someone named Steve, or about to be engaged to a Steve? Who is Steve? I heard Steve is not the one. So somebody, if you're dating Steve or something.
It's interesting. Well, before somebody says Steve, it's your grandmother just gave me this. I'm just almost in tears. She just gave me this big old hug, and Angie knows when I get grandma energy, it's cold, and I just got the biggest hug. And she's been here telling me about the situation you're in. So it's interesting. She just gave me a big old hug. That was why she's here. That's why she came to Angie. That's why she's here. She needed you to know that you got this. You got this. And so, wow, that's like, I feel so.
And she loves you. Your grandmother loves you.
She
She
did.
was frustrated. Like, did she used to pinch you, Michelle? Did your grandmother used to pinch you? Because she's just so frustrated with you right now because she knows that you are capable.
Yeah.
She knows that you're capable, but she loves you.
Did you
Definitely.
take her driving? Did you used to take her driving? Because I see her sitting in the passenger side, and I see her kind of sitting in the passenger side and smiling. So, did you take her places? Did you drive her? I know she's a grandmother, and I don't know that relationship with the two of you, but I just see her in a passenger side of a car, and just like with this big smile, and just like just like she loved being around you, but also I can see you driving her places, and she's showing me that and how you did that for her. Let me know if that resonates with you, because again, that's an energy. When she hugged me, she showed me that, and she shows me this big smile, and this wonderful, wonderful smile. Wow.
Yeah. Is
Lalia
it
said she
Lila?
someone named
Okay.
you.
So Lila, I saw your name and I was gonna say let's read her next, and then I heard Steve is not the one. So if you're dating Steve, he's not the one. Are you guys moving into that zone? Because it seems like it's moving into that zone where either one of you is fantasizing or thinking about marriage or thinking about what it could be down the line. And I'm getting that Steve is not the one. That's exactly what I heard immediately when I saw your name. And I thought, oh, maybe she could be the next person. Then when I heard it, I was like, well, I don't want to put that on her. Let me ask who's dating someone named Steve. And you're the one saying you're dating Steve. So he's not the one. Regardless of whether he's a new person or not. It may be hot and heavy and passionate, but he's not the one. I'm clear. I clearly heard that before I even started the reading. Um, wow, damn it. And I was gonna put these cards away because I feel like the love reading is for Monica, and I didn't want to do it. And they told me no, not to put the cards away. And then I heard Steve is not the one. So this definitely is for you. Um, I see him as a ball and chain. Like he would be a ball and chain. Like he would be very restrictive to you. Is he a little bit possessive, or are you seeing that now? Like he's a little bit possessive, or he's a little bit wanting to control everything that you do, or control the decisions that you make, and you're more of a free spirit, and that's just not you. Because this is the card that came out for you. This is how I see you, as this free spirit, just creative, just passionate, just loving, just free flowing, and just wanting to just be who you are. And this person seems to, yes, Lila, we're talking to you. Is it Lila? Is that your name? Is it Lila? Is he control? Is this Steve person controlling? Because he seems to want to control your decisions, and you're just a really free flowing person. Oh, now you're not typing. Well, again, for me, it's a no on the Steve. He's a little bit controlling. You're a little bit too free spirited, and he's going to dampen. He's going to kind of dim your light if you stay with him. And they're saying just move on. You'll find somebody better. Don't settle. That's what I'm getting is don't settle.
Are you a student at this point?
Oh,
Because
Leah. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, then that's why it's a no. Then definitely don't do that.
that would be good.
Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I heard this comedian say the judge broke us up.
Uh-huh.
The
Hmm.
judge broke us up. As soon as your sentence clank. Oh, that's why he's a ball and chain. Yeah, no,
Correct.
no, Leah. Move on, honey.
Oh
No,
my gosh, that's so
no.
wonderful. Yeah, Leah, are you a student or something? Are you again? Are you in training? Are you a student? Because I'm picking up student, but I'm also picking up a lot of family interference with relationships, and that does not make it easier. Did your parents and your family have somebody else they really wanted you to be with, and you kind of went against it? Because I'm getting a whole lot of interference, and some of them were kind of happy things went out the way they did because they just kind of like told you so, told you so, told you so. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. And it should never be something that's celebrated, but unfortunately I'm getting that feeling from your family that that's the case, which is quite interesting. um, the magician card's here, and the magician card again is saying you created this situation, unfortunately. So you're going to have to do something to uncreate the situation. You have to control your happiness. You got to control the direction. So know that you have to you have to accept that you did that you wound up in this situation by your choice, and then now you need to figure out a way to move forward through it, and don't expect other people to have. This is going to sound terrible, and again, I'm just conveying information. Okay, so go ahead and be fussy with me if you want to, but again, you created the situation. Now deal with it. That's kind of the energy that I'm feeling from your family, and so just again, you planted the seeds is what this was here. So you can move forward from this, but it's not going to be easy, I guarantee it, and you know that. But you got to make different choices. You got to make different choices. This one was not one of your best. But
Not like you said that they wanted her to choose somebody else, because I got that Seven of Swords, and I feel like they've been trying to plant the seed of no, strategically get you away from this person,
oh
and
yeah,
nothing that they tried has worked, because you really, really, really want to be with this person to your own detriment. You know that, like, you're trying to see the good in him, you're trying to see the promises, but deep down inside, you know better. And that's what they're trying to do. So that's that Seven of Swords, that's that trickery, that's the deceit, that's them trying to program you to say no, 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 no. But the clarity is coming. I like
yeah,
to see all those little light bulbs. The clarity is coming. Somebody's been praying for you to see it better.
yeah.
And this is you getting that. See that? That may be the student, because when Don says student, this is the card that popped out. And I like the way they do the Page of Swords. It's a book, and then it's all these. That's you getting all that clarity, understanding, learning stuff, and this. You know what? This may not have been their best decision. Let me learn from my mistakes.
Student of life.
Exactly. And then I got the Three of Wands, which is waiting on something. Are you waiting on some kind of judgment? Are you waiting on him to be sentenced? Because there's some kind of judgment. I was gonna say settlement, but are you waiting on him to be sentenced to see like how you're gonna move forward, to see how much time he's gonna get? Because there's something that you're waiting on, but it's a decision. And it seems to be a court decision that you're waiting on to make your plans to move forward. Am I gonna wait on this person to get done, or am I waiting on him? No, he just got
Ross
sentenced.
got sentenced. Yep, you were
Okay,
right
so
on
you're
time.
waiting on it. There was a decision that was waiting. You're waiting on these ships to
Yep.
come in, and they kept saying judgment, judgment, judgment. You were waiting on something. So I was like, is it a settlement that she's waiting on? So that's what you were waiting on. And they're saying, honey, it's time to move on. You're greater than this. You have so much more that is coming towards you, and don't feel guilty about it, because everybody makes decisions. You're not living his life. The purpose that you were put on this earth for is not the same purpose that he was put on this earth for. And don't feel guilty for moving on. Go ahead and move forward, and make a better life for yourself. Is how they're showing it to me. And your family will support you once you decide to make a better decision, because look, they're waiting on you to make that better decision. These are the little seeds that they have been planted, and they're waiting on it to sprout. Like, how can we get her to see that there's better things out there for her? Get you into that emperor energy, stability, being able to make sound decisions, being able to make decisions for your family. Do you have littles? Do you have children that need to be supported, that need to be taken care of? Or is that your focus for the future? But you need, see, this is chess, not checkers. You need to be making decisions that are strategic, that'll help you to have a better future. And that's how they're showing it to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay. Help me out here. You got a baby daddy who is getting sentenced. You got a boyfriend who has just gotten sentenced. Uh, do you see a pattern? Do you see a pattern? Just throwing it out there. You got to make better choices.
so wait, where are you meeting these guys? Are you meeting these people in jail? Because why would you have two that are both along that prison pipeline? You know what I'm saying? Steve is the current person that you just met that's in jail, that just got sentenced. And then your child's father is the person that is about to be sentenced. Look at my face. Don't do it. Don't do it with either one of them. Find a different approach. Listen, you know who you need? You need, what was his name from State Farm? What was his name from State Farm? You need a nerdy guy. You need somebody who's a little collared shirt, some little khakis, some nice little
Jake.
Vans.
Is it Jake?
Jake from State Farm. That's what you need. Somebody who's a little bit more mellow. You seem to like the bad boys, and they're saying change your focus and find somebody who can actually support you, who can actually provide for you, who can actually help you to move forward. You don't have to save anybody. You don't have to see the potential in them. At this age, they should already be established, and you need to find somebody else. You're starting a pattern of things. If this was your child that was doing the same pattern that you were doing, what would you tell them? And it seems that your family is trying to get you out of that cycle, so you're not picking the same type of person over and over and over and over again. Pick somebody different. If this is what you normally get, go for somebody totally different, because you have two that are both going to the same place.
Yeah. As Angie said clearly.
No, don't do it. No, 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 no.
And
it's not a coincidence. It's a pattern, honey. We're doing it over and over and over again. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. Boom,
Yep.
boom, boom.
Yeah. Let me lay something for anybody who's sensitive to direct talk. Turn off. Go away. Go away. I don't mind you. You say goodbye. I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you because I'm and if you, unfortunately, Lila or Leah or whatever, you don't want to hear it, then this is a good time for you to exit as well. But I'm going to tell you this, okay? I'm 60 freaking years old. I've been around a long time, and I have had mess in my life and mess with my family, okay? And I'm going to tell you this. When you decided that you put yourself into a thing to get pleasure, so you laid with somebody and you did the dirty nasty, that was for you to have pleasure, and that's wonderful. But once that dirty nasty turned into a life, then your wants, needs, desires, and happiness needs to be put on the shelf a little bit, because your children need to be provided for. And am I a little excited? I am, because you know what? You've been told you have the desired draw to these bad guys, and you're not getting it. And your children are having these people come into their lives, and they're temporary. And more importantly, what's going to happen is you're going to take your ass with your children and drag them to court or drag them to prison to visit daddy. What is the message you're sending to them? Are you sending them that in 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, guess what? This is what you are going to get. This is what is expected of you. And you're going to have them now in front of a judge. Are you creating another class of residual criminals because they're being told and seen what it is? And if I'm being hard, I've already told you, turn off. I've already told everybody, turn off if that's what you want, because you need to hear this. There is a time and place for things. You did the pleasure. And when you did that, you made a choice, which is wonderful. But once you created life, you need to put your pleasures and your desires in a secondary position to ensure that your children are given a healthy and stable environment, and learn to have role models for them to grow up to be something better than what they're seeing in their home right now. And when you bring strangers into the home who meet these children and they see what is happening with these, this is all they know. This is what they know. And therefore they think this is what I have to grow up to be. And I'm telling you that you need to make better choices for your children. Screw what you want. I don't give a damn what you want, because you had the opportunity to do what you wanted. But as soon as you started popping out puppies, those puppies now are your responsibility, and at a higher responsibility than you. And so, you know what? If it means buckling up and finding a nerdy guy who will help you to raise children properly, and therefore you raise young, progressive, and responsible adults, hell yeah. And then when they're out of the crib and they're gone, then be wild again. But at this point, you've laid with somebody, you did what you wanted to do for pleasure. Now you have to surrender your pleasure to your children. And if that means I'm old-fashioned, I don't give a damn. You need to hear this. You need to hear this. And
I like what JoJo said. It's our duty to break the cycles for our children. Going to court, seeing somebody go to jail, that's not the cycle that you want them to see and think that's normal. Oh, I've been to the jail before. I've done this before. Break the cycle. Now you have the time. Listen, I hadn't even started your reading and I heard immediately, Steve is not the one. If your higher power isn't speaking to you, honey, and telling you that you need to change, that I don't know what is. Before I even said your name, I heard Steve is not the one. Your higher power, everybody is praying for you and hoping that you make this better decisions. I feel like you're a really pretty girl and you just you attract people who are preying on your kindness. And you need to be like, no, you need to be a little bit more discerning in the people that you find and go out and jump outside of the box. Yeah, we all like the bad boys, but look where the bad boys end up. Look how they treat you. Look what the household you've provided for. Now you need somebody who's a little bit more stable. Maybe you need somebody who's a little bit more kind, somebody who's speaking about career, somebody who's speaking about your future, and not somebody who's speaking about the passions. And let's go out and pop a bottle. Let's go out and go to the club. Let's go buy the new Jordans or new whatever. You need somebody who's more focused on the future and providing a great life for your family because you want them to see better for you. The things that my son is doing. I worked 3 jobs for my son to pay his tuition so that when he graduated from high school, he would graduate with 2 degrees. That's a sacrifice for him. He's about to go to college. If I have to work 3 jobs still, I'm going to work 3 jobs because I want him to have better. I don't want him to know the struggle that I know. My son has saved every single check that he's made since he started working 2 years ago. He has more money saved. He's in a saving mentality. I broke the cycle. At his age, when I was 18, I spent every dime that I got. Not a single dollar did I keep. He has saved a great deal of money. I changed the program for him. I made it different for him. So that's what your focus has to be. How do I make it better for them? How do I change the program for them? How do they see where I am and want something more? How do they strive for better? How did I provide for better? How do I sacrifice for their greater good and make it better for them so that they can be the next thing that lifts you up? Because I'm hoping that, listen, my son can buy me a house with all this money that I'll spend on him. I want him to know better so that he can do better, so that he can be better. So
Yeah.
always strive for better. And we're not trying to be mean, but we're saying your higher power is saying Steve is not the one. And nobody likes Steve. Or see the pattern that you're creating. You only need one more, you'll have 3 strikes. We don't want you to do that. We want you to find better. We want you to think future forward for the children, providing better, being better, doing better. And your family seems to want the same thing for you. That's why they're praying for you to see it, to see yourself as deserving more, to see your children as deserving more, to know that you can have more, and that you don't just want to consume everything. You want to plan for the future.
And I would tell you, you're new here. You're new here. So what I just told you in a more stern way is the reward and the accolades I laid it at Angie's feet of more than 2-3 weeks ago for a few weeks. And when she was talking about her son graduating and graduating with 2 associate degrees in college on the same time he's graduating high school, and she's like, I don't know how I did this. And I keep reminding her, yeah, you did, because you showed him. You didn't have to tell him. Angie showed him that you work for what you need to do. You do what you got to do the work and get it done. And you take care of family. Family is most important. And Angie's family is super tight. And he understands family. He understands work will get you where you need to be. So he went off and he was working 30 hours plus a week while he was in high school and while he was getting 2 associate degrees. So he graduated 2 degrees in college 2 weeks before he graduated from high school, and he got early admittance to ASU on a priority and in the Barrett School of Honors, which is not easy to do because of all the work that paid off. But you know why he did that? Not because she stayed on top of him, because she even said sometimes she's like, he's like on autopilot, because he watched. And that's what I'm offering to you is remember, your children are watching. Your children are watching. Once you create them, then you put them, then they either hear, listen, or whatever, and they watch. And he watched Angie, and in return, he is moving forward in great ways. And so when Angie was so innocent to say, I don't know how you got it. I'm like, no, Angie, because the reality is you mirrored for him what a productive person is and how they get what they want and what they need. And he learned it. He learned the lesson, Mom. And so I'm telling you, with your children, that they are watching. They are watching. And when you bring strangers in the house and you bring boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend, and you drag them off to court and you drag them off to the jail to visit people, these kids get a message. Is that the message you want? This is the time to make a change. Take what I'm
Someone
saying.
said, do you see her doing picking better? We do see her picking better because she's going to have that moment of clarity. Somebody is definitely a praying person. They pray for Miss Leah all the time. Somebody is praying for you all the time. They're just waiting on you to see it, to feel it, to experience it. And so now I feel like your eyes are open and you're like, you know what? I never even thought about that. Because a lot of time we want that instant gratification, that love, that passion, that now we want to consume it all now, and we don't think about how it's going to the future. But think about the little people that you're creating. Think about the little humans that you're creating. Think about the future adults that you're creating. What do you want to be different for them that is for you? Because your family seems to be very supportive. They're just trying to get you back on track, and they may be a little bit more spicy in the way that they say it, but they're really all out for your good. They really do want you to do better.
Yep. Yep. So again, go take this message, take the message we're sending to you, take it with love and with encouragement, and then use it as you see fit. But again, you were drawn here today for a reason. You were drawn here today for a reason, and we were drawn to you for a reason, because you needed to hear this message.
Yep.
And so again, remember, Spirit is guiding you. They're nudging you. They sent you here for a reason. We were connected to you for that same reason, because you needed to hear what we said. And we're hoping that you can take that and put that to use. And I do believe that hopefully, when you think about this over the night and tomorrow, after you think I'm an ass and a mean guy, I don't care. As long as you got the message, I'm okay, because you needed to hear it, and you needed to hear it in the way I delivered it. And so with that, again, love, light, and blessings. And
So let me tell you, I used to want the bad boys too. They're exciting, they cute, they fun, they say all the right things. But let me tell you what they not: consistent, future focused, stable, having a consistent income that is taxed. It's one thing to have a nice stack of money, and then all you have is the new shoes or the new clothes that are out. I need you to have some 1099. I need you to have some IRS paperwork that I can use to buy a house. I need to know that, you know what I'm saying? If they say, well, do you have you filed your taxes in the last couple of years? Taxes? I don't even have a legitimate job. I need to be able to prove that we can afford this house. So I have changed up from the bad boys, and I'm looking for Jake from State Farm. That's what I'm looking for.
exactly.
With the little collar shirt on, the khakis, he can have the glasses on, whatever he need to be. I need him to be stable, consistent, and aligned with moving forward in the future. I need a different approach, because the bad boys ain't doing nothing but riding off into the sunset with the next new poly. And I need somebody who's ready to be stable and ready to make money,
Yep.
to make good decisions. So that's what you need to concentrate on. That's
Yep.
what I
Boy,
All
that was
right.
that was
Exactly. That was a good one. It was a preach. It was a preach, but it was necessary. I feel like a lot of people in the comments got it.
yeah,
And I feel like our Miss Leah got it too.
yeah,
So stay strong. Come back. Let us know how things are going. Show us
exactly.
how things are focusing. And if you're thinking about going to school, I hear go ahead and go to school. It'll be a good match for you. Go ahead and go to school. I do hear that. So I do hear you said you're not a student. I'm not sure if you're the one, but they're saying go to school. If that's what you're thinking about doing, go for it, because it will be a good opportunity. It will be a good change of direction for you. Something solid and something that will give you good focus. So go ahead and go to school if that's what you were thinking about enrolling in school. They're showing me that it's a good thing. Very much so. All right.
Andrea, we have time for one more, and Autumn, I think, is who you called to.
All right. Let's go. Autumn.
So let's give Autumn a read.
Autumn, did you ask for a general? Immediately I heard stay away from the sunshine. Then they show me what's the one God The one God who had the wings and he went too close to the
Icarus?
sun, Icarus.
Was it Icarus?
Okay, so they're showing me you're getting a little bit too high, like maybe ego's in it a little bit too much, and they're saying don't fly too far away, stay away from the sun, kind of tone it down and kind of drop back out of the ego plane right about now. It's how they're showing it to me, and be a little bit more grounded. You need to be a little bit more grounded and a little bit more focused and a little bit more like I feel like there's people around you who've helped you and supported you to get to where you are. And I don't know you personal, but they're telling me that you need to have a little bit more gratitude for the people who have helped you to get to where you are. Not that you need to bow down to them or just be like, oh my gosh, thank you all the time, but understand that you didn't get there by yourself. Just kind of guidance on how to move forward the rest of the year. Okay, what can I expect? So they're saying just kind of settle down just a little bit, and get a little bit out of your ego and a little bit more grounded on how to move forward in your future because you're moving a little bit too fast. They show me you scrambling and you're moving very fast, but you're not making good decisions because they show me you as the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Swords is somebody who's ambitious, but he's also impetuous. Like he just moves without thinking. He just goes. He doesn't really think it through logically. He's just, I need to get this done. And you're a little bit over the top a little bit right now. They want you to settle down just a little bit. Think about your decisions before you make them and think about your words because they're showing me the Queen of Swords, but her back is to me because she's just speaking and she has a little bit of a sharp tongue right now and she's not being, mindful of the things she's saying. So they're saying just be a little bit more respectful or tone it down just a little bit in the things that you're doing and you'll start to see you'll get a little bit more clarity. They just need you to slow down just a little bit because you're moving a little bit too fast. That's how they're showing it to me. The card that popped out was the Eight of Cups. What are you walking away from, or what do you need to walk away from? Are you isolating yourself from your family because you think that they're know-it-alls? Is that what's happening? Are you isolating yourself from your family, Ashley? Is that what they're telling me? You're isolating yourself from the family because you think that they're trying to hold you back, but they're not. They're just trying to help you to build a firm foundation. Like I feel like there's an older gentleman, there's a male in your life that's trying to help you to build a solid foundation so that it's not like you build this house and then the whole foundation sinks in and so you lose everything. They're trying to tell you to make a slow start to get your foundation right and to make your decisions so that you're solid. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. Are you thinking about leaving this person? Because he seems to be giving you good sound advice. Is that what you're thinking about walking away from because you think that this person is not giving you good advice? But no, they're saying don't walk away. Your family, and this must be the family person that they're talking about, is giving you sound advice and is trying to help you to move forward in a positive way. You're just a little bit you're not listening. And they're saying, listen to this person. They're not trying to harm you. They're not trying to hold you back. They're trying to make sure that you make the right decisions and you don't sort of like build a glass house or build it on a foundation that's wobbly. Do everything the right way. Are you trying to go like around the back where kind of like um cut through some things and take a shortcut and they're trying to tell you the appropriate way to do it? Like it's kind of like they're showing me how you make like a souffle or something. And if you don't go through every step correctly, it's not going to turn out right and it's going to fall. And so what they're saying is go through it the correct way, take the appropriate steps and stop trying to do a shortcut and go like, oh, I can do it this way instead. And then you're not happy with the results. So the people that are advising you do seem to be, and it was an older male that they showed me immediately that it was an older male that is trying to advise you and that he is giving you good advice and he's sound counsel and don't be adversarial against this person. So that's what I got for you.
Yeah, if you want to save this relationship, it's going to take work. It's going to be a house of work. You can't just expect it to be on autopilot or it to resolve itself. And you can't hold into your ego saying, "I'm not going to make an apology or I'm not going to talk." You've got to take the steps necessary. And this has been a long time coming. So this is not new to you. You've been dealing with this for a while. So this is still a continuous trek.
Is that what was that? The Six of Swords.
Six of Swords. Yeah. So there's perseverance. Absolutely. Yep. Perseverance through it all. But you can get there. Again, you can get there if you put the work in. Okay. But at the same time, I'm telling you, if you're not careful, you're going to wind up visiting Lady Justice. and we know what that means. Maybe that will be the wake up call, whatever. But I do think I get the energy that ultimately you come back together, because that's the strongest card I get. But it's going to take work. If you don't want to put the work in, if he doesn't want to put the work in, then then we know what's going to happen. But I'm
I
telling
feel
you,
like she does. She just doesn't want to listen to him because she thinks that he's holding her back. But he's
yeah,
not holding you back. You're feeling tired. You feel like he's not letting you do what you want to do, but he's wanting you to do it in decency and order. That's what it is. It feels like you've gotten a little bit of success or a little bit of attention, and now you're thinking that he's trying to hold you back. He's not. He's really
mhm.
trying to make sure things stay like you're going from the chaos. Like maybe you have friends that are unmarried and who's telling you what they wouldn't do or what they would do or how they think you should do it, and they don't know because they're not married.
For a reason. Hmm.
And what they would do in their marriage is not what you would do in your marriage. You made a
Absolutely.
promise to each other. Focus on that promise to each other. Talk it out. Listen to this person. He seems to be a very loving person and a person who cares for you deeply and wants the best for you. He adores you because this is Empress energy. This is how he sees you. He adores you. Is how they show it to me. Is that he really does care for you. He thinks you're beautiful. He sees you now the same way that he saw you in the beginning, as this person that he fell in love with, and you're feeling like he's holding you back and you want to walk away, but they're saying don't.
Yeah, put the work in. Put the work in, and you'll see that there is a relationship there that's worth keeping, worth working on, and will benefit you in the long run.
And I didn't even put the star card out, but it came out a couple of times. Like you're hoping that things get back on track, but the easy route is just to walk away. And what you need to do is step back. Stop telling people your business. Don't tell people. I have a friend who tells us all these things about her spouse that are negative, and then when I see this person and they're, and I'm just like I don't know how to be because you told me all these negative things, and I think that this person is a horrible person, but you're still with this person. So now I gotta act like everything is okay when you told me all these negative things. So stop telling all your business to people or asking for advice from people. Go to
Yeah,
your higher power. Talk to each other. Don't put anybody outside of your marriage in your marriage because they may not know what it is. And so now they're having a negative view of him. And I feel like you guys have had a little bit of struggle. You said you've been together 10 years. There is a little bit of struggle. You're both growing individually, but you also need to grow together. So as you excel individually, don't forget to come back together or don't forget to stay together. I feel like he's very committed to it and you're just a little bit kind of maybe feeling yourself a little bit. And they're saying, don't feel trapped. Know that he's trying to get you back to your solid footing and your solid ground.
Could it be me?
Exactly.
yeah. I don't get and I don't think that's meant for him.
Yeah. I feel like he really does love you.
Yeah.
So, like, if nothing else, just give yourself pause to think about it. Even if you have to go to somebody outside, like a therapist, now that may be somebody you could talk to together just to give you other options. I have a relative who went to a therapist and it has helped them out because the therapist brought up things that neither one of them saw separately that they were doing to the other person,
Mhm.
and it helped them to get their communication together and to walk forward together. So a therapist may help, or just kind of talking it out to each other. But I'm not getting a walk away. I am getting that there's still a chance for this to go forward
Yeah.
positively.
Does he share my name? Is he a Don as well? Because I'm picking up Don energy, and so it's like Don, Don, Don. Anyway, that just came to me. But yeah, no, I'm with you, Angie. I think that there's something to be worked on there. And name's not important; it doesn't matter. And there's at least one child involved at this point. So you again go back to the conversation I just had. His name is Don.
Oh, it's
Okay.
Dom. Is it Dom or Don? Because she put DOM. Were you trying to put Don DON?
Yeah. So, but the most again, the thing to go back to is again, you have children, you have a child. Do you have the second child? Did you lose a child as well? And I'm getting like a miscarriage or something as well. But I know you at least have one. But again, I'm getting miscarriage too, and it was
Oh,
the
DOM. So
okay,
yeah. Oh,
yeah, yeah. No, so put the work in, and I don't know if that yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we just have two. You have two. Okay, you have a boy. Definitely get the boy energy, but I'm not picking up a second child's energy. The boy is the younger one, right? He's the younger one. He is. Oh, he's precocious as hell. But anyway, that's not really that important. Again, you have children, and so two boys. Okay, but the young one is the precocious one. The older one seems to have his stuff together. The young one's the precocious one, and he's only like he's a younger kid. He's very young. Anyway, so um, anyway, work on it. Work on it. Again, you have kids together. You have a life together. This could just be a bump in the road, and I think it is. But you have to put the work in. If you don't put the work in, then again, I don't think you're going to survive. Okay.
oh, he's too. Oh, he runs the house right now.
Yeah.
He's funny too. He seems to be a little bit funny too.
Hmm.
The 2-year-old.
Yeah, he has, and it's funny because I see him like a hair sticking out, like it's like it's running around with like hair on fire, hair sticking out. It's very funny. Again, he's very precocious. He's very funny. He's very, very funny. So your other one is like 5 years old then, because I'm getting again he's young as well. You have two of them they're both young. So you have a 5-year-old. Is that about right? Anyway, that's not the significant part, except that for those kids, I would put the work in. I would put the work in because again, you heard what I said before. Once you got the laid part and you enjoyed that part. Now you need to be the parent part. And 4. Okay, he's 4. Good. So 4 and 2.
Right around that
Yeah.
age.
So put the work
And
in.
Miss Bonnie said this is a week to take pause. I don't know if you guys saw her earlier today. She was on with Miss Julie, calling all angels, and she did an astrology read. She was telling about the energy for the week, and I do remember her saying that this was a time to slow down and to think about things. Again, it's about to be the full moon, so you know what you can do: release all those things that are no longer serving you in your marriage, all those things that are irritating you or that you want to get rid of. Write those things down. It's a full moon. Write those things down. Set that piece of paper on fire, and as they burn, I release blah blah blah. I release blah blah blah. I release blah blah blah. And then once that paper burns up, send the ashes back to the universe. And Don has a video on full moon. He has a full moon video that you can watch, and it's a ritual that we do. And even if you don't do the whole ritual, just release those things that no longer serve you. I release those things in my mirrors that no longer are serving us. I release those things in our mirrors that are preventing us from moving forward in positivity. Release those things. This right here. Go to this right here. You can either scan this QR code or the link is in the chat. Go there and listen to the full moon video, a ritual video that Don put out, and it'll help you to release those things that no longer serving you. The full moon is the 20th. No, the solstice is the 20th, which is tomorrow, and then the full moon is the next day. So that energy is gonna last, 3 days before, 3 days after, but it's a little bit longer because it's also the solstice. But go ahead and release those things that no longer serve you. Listen, every full moon, I release these fat cells that no longer serving me. I release everything. So a lot, but I know that when you release, you could be going through some emotions. You could just be sitting there one day and you could see a commercial for a cookie, Oreos, and just start busting out crying. That's release. Let it go. Thank the universe for taking those things. When I have those and my emotions are all over and I just cry for no reason, I'm just watching a Hallmark commercial and then I'm boohooing, I realize, oh, that's that release that I asked for. I thank the universe for releasing those things, and then I usher in the new things that I want. So go ahead and release those things that are no longer serving you, and you'll see people, places, attitudes, strongholds, old habits, all those things will start to fall away. Don't try to hold on. Let them go. Let them go and expect that something better is coming on the way.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all for popping in. We appreciate it so very much. Again, you make this possible, and we wish we had more time, but we've gone almost 3 hours, and so it's time to bring this to a close because Papa's tired.
We had a good night, Don. I loved it. Our energy was great. I loved every minute.
Yes, and again, thank you, everybody, and happy birthday, Miss Linda. I'm so glad that you spent a little time with us tonight with that because you're special, and we're glad you were here. So, with that said, and enjoy your cake. Absolutely. Enjoy your cake. And with that said, we are out of here again, folks. Don't forget to make sure you subscribe on Angie's side if you have not done so yet. Go to YouTube and look up A5says or Angie Lewis. You will find her there. Make sure you click on that or find it in the scrolling, because we've posted it a number of times. The same thing where me, Sonoran Mystic Tarot. We invite you to do the same thing. We are here on Wednesday nights, and Angie is back on Sundays. So again, there are 2 days of the week you can pick up Angie. I'm here Wednesday nights and Thursday mornings. So again, if you subscribe to me, you will see me on those 2 times. And we have a whole group of other folks who follow in that same category. We have Bonnie and Susan which is Calling on Angels, and Love Riot Warriors on Wednesday mornings. On Tuesday mornings, we have Love Riot Warriors, which is Julie and Claudine. On Fridays, it's Love Riot Warriors, which is Julie again, and this time with Scott of Gabriel Project, I think Gay Project or something like that. And then you have Miss Shauna, who is with me on Thursday mornings, and she is the Naturally Divine Goddess Tarot, and she is on Monday mornings by herself as well. So we kind of follow the spectrum. Susan Grayson will be starting on the 29th on Saturday mornings. So again, we are every day of the week. If you want to get a reading, one of us in our group are there, and we all do this for free. Do not get scammed. If you get something from any of us and it looks like us, and believe me, they use our images, they use our names, but they tweak the name just a little bit. They put a period in the middle or something, or they change a letter to look a little bit. Make sure you don't get scammed. If you go on there and you see that you go to the page and you see there's only a few postings, you know that's not me, because I post like crazy, Angie posts like crazy, and everybody else we know posts like crazy. So we have tons of postings. Don't fall for it, folks. On Facebook especially. YouTube, you do not have to worry about it generally. Facebook you do, because Facebook is a trap, and so be careful on Facebook. Do not fall for it. If you have not reached out to us, I assure you we are not reaching out to you.
One quick thing. Christina said, "Do I see her getting a pay raise in the next 30 days?" I got the 10 of Wands. For me, that's a no. You're carrying a burden that's too heavy for you for no. And then I got the 8 of Cups, and I feel like you'll probably be leaving your job. I feel like if you don't get the pay raise, you're gonna leave your job. And I feel like you're not going. Like, I got the 10 of Wands, which is a no. That's an ending. And then I got the walking away card also. So I feel like you're gonna leave your job. You'll get the pay raise, but won't be at that job. You'll have to go on and go somewhere else.
Fantastic. There you go. Christina, you got your answer. Have a good one, everybody. We will talk next. Well, I won't be here next week. Angie will be here, I'm sure, with somebody else.
I believe with Miss Bonnie, because Miss Bonnie volunteered to come up tonight, but Don, our fearless leader, was available tonight. So if not, it'll probably be with Miss Bonnie, and she'll do the love readings. I will not.
Exactly. And then I will be back tomorrow, but I will not be back next Thursday. And so again, next week I will be not here, but please check out the folks who are here instead. They are wonderful and great readers, and you will love each and every one of them. We are all very different. Our styles are very different. Our energies are very different. And believe me, you'll maybe draw on a little more to one to the other, but we are all very good at what we do. Yeah. So we'll see you again. Angie, we'll see you next week. If not Sunday, definitely next week.
I'll be here Sunday at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So come on through.
Absolutely. With that said, everybody, good night. Have a great one, and thanks for popping in yet again. And let me see if I have an exit here. I think I may have an exit video we can go out on. No, I lied. I don't. Sorry. So we're just going to say adios.